Black Vampires deck. Just because it was fun, but just that's great.
All right, everyone. I think our audio should be fixed now. Please let us know if it's not. This is the Store Championship from Face to Face Games here in Toronto. We're VTTV. I'm Travis.
I'm Victor.
And we're very sorry that we're joining this tournament in progress. It's just the beginning of round 3. We had some issues with some of the cables and some of the stuff. It took us a little while to get resolved. But I think we're all good now. Please let us know if you notice any delays in the video or any problems with the audio. Otherwise, we'll just dive right into the match.
All right, so we've got on the right side, we've got Mark Chan, who was one of the quarterfinalists from last week's Destiny tournament at 401 Games, playing a list. He says he's made a couple of changes to it, but I wanted to put his match on camera just because I just think the deck is just really interesting.
Right.
It's a variation, of course, of what you've seen, like what is becoming increasingly popular, the FN Uncard deck. Of course, his personal touch is that Royal Guard for access to blue cards and also Guardian. And looks like on the left we have Jeff Asiri, who's playing also a variation of what I've seen becoming more popular, the Mono Red Trooper deck. This is with Elite Phasma, a First Order Stormtrooper, and a Guavian Enforcer.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I've seen Guavian Enforcer on one of our videos yet, but...
No, I don't think so either. I mean, I got a really sweet alt art of a Guavian Enforcer from John's, Starkiller-based John. He does a bunch of alt art stuff, and looks nice, but personally in my deck building, I haven't found a use for it yet. So anyway, they've started the game. Looks like Mark had initiative there, and the 2 shields went on the First Order Stormtrooper on Jeff's side, and there we see Mark's Guardian Royal Guard coming into play, removing Captain Phasma's 2 ranged dice. So just a quick breakdown. We don't have deck lists available to us for this tournament. There were no deck lists required, but I do remember enough of Mark's deck from before to kind of give you a breakdown on it. So one of the big things in Mark's list is that he's playing, of course, Imperial Inspection, as you see. He's also running Confiscation, so it's the full control package.
He did roll it in, gets the Imperial Inspection off.
Nice.
Removes that Imperial Discipline from Phasma.
And then he's also running 2 copies of Prized Possession, which is, at least when Palpatine was really popular around here, it was a huge piece of technology against that deck. I'm not sure if he's taken it out since then.
He also had, I believe he had Crime Lord?
Yeah.
Because I believe he did Prized Possession and a Crime Lord on Palpatine in that one game. He had a ton of resources.
Yeah. Bait and switch. So again, because we don't have deck lists, I can't.
So he discarded the card. So he used Uncard's ability, he revealed the bait and switch.
Yeah.
He gets 0 resources because doesn't cost anything, but he does lose the card. Bait and switch is a great card. I don't think that Jeff's very happy having it discarded.
So Phasma there going to work on Uncard. Makes sense. That's really one of the strengths of this Uncard FN deck is that you have equal amounts of threat both from Uncard's ability to just keep rolling dice into the dice pool from his ability whenever he plays weapons on him, as well as Uncard and his ability to discard cards, get lots of money. So it's kind of hard to determine as the opponent of that deck what you should be doing first, like who you should go after first.
So it triggers Uncard again, hits a better card this time.
Oh, you got to discard that card,
it.
Jeff.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It'll remind him. So that's 2 resources for Uncard. There you can see it in the bottom right. There's a stack of 3 resources.
Hunker Down. That's a card I haven't actually seen play lately.
In a while, yeah.
It does make sense actually because a lot of the POMAS decks, they're range damage, right? So you're just trying to survive as long as possible against the onslaught of stuff that you're throwing.
The challenge is you're trying to go fast. Everything's trying to go so fast that spending the action for Hunker Down is difficult. Mm-hmm. You really want to try to get out and claim before POMAS does. So it's tough to have that delay built in unless unless you're comfortable with your deck going slowly.
Right.
I think it's hard to find a spot for it.
So conclusion of the first turn, we see 4 damage on Uncard, 2 damage on the Royal Guard. I think it's a pretty good turn 1, I think, for Jeff there.
It is. So there's 2 damage on Phasma, but that doesn't really put her in range. Mark is going so heavy on the on the Uncard ability. Mm-hmm. He's definitely playing towards those prize possessions and and the Crime Lord.
And there you see in Mark's hand also a Boundless Ambition, which is, I think, one of the huge reasons why he does play Royal Guard, to get access to, you keep playing weapons on FN and then you just want to refill your hand afterward.
So Jeff, it's just at the bottom of the screen, you can see he played a backup muscle. And I didn't see what...
That was a Friends in Low Places, yeah. That's why he's discarding the Electroshock.
So Friends in Low Places lets you look at your opponent's hand, discard an event with that costs 1 or
1 or
less.
0. Yeah. So way better than Probe.
Interesting to see him roll out the Trooper first. I think he'd want the Guardian, but...
I think maybe at this point he's just trying to push some damage through. It doesn't really worry too much about. Well, plus, do you really want a Guardian that?
Yes. You don't want it on Phasma. But
what
I think he may be
is
thinking
just-
that he's going heavy on Unkar here. I'm not worried about damage. I'm worried about killing Unkar as quickly as
He
possible.
doesn't have any. Mark doesn't have any money right now, so he wouldn't be able to resolve that. What he's probably going to do is going to use that die of Unkar's ability to discard and then maybe roll it out again. So that's the Imperial Discipline. He's using that to turn.
So you discard the
that
die
to
to turn one of that character's or upgrade die to a ranged or a resource side.
Yep.
So it's always nice if you have something you can do with a die that isn't dependent on the side the die is shown.
So that's Guavian Enforcer activating, using Phasma's ability to make him a Guardian to remove the Royal die. And as
More
we
Unkar?
suspected, using that Flamethrower die makes him discard a DH1 pistol, gets $1.
Yeah, sorry, just some of our lighting is kind of leaning over precariously, so Victor's just going to go and fix that up before it falls on someone. All right, so overriding the Vibroblade with Ride Baton. Rolls in 2 damage, looks like. Resolves it on Phasma. Needs to get rid of that Vibro die, but I'm sure that'll happen before he rolls it in. Chooses to move a damage from backup muscle to Unkar. So not a great roll here for FN. Yeah, so re-rolling the Ride Baton, it's a little bit better. Jeff here is trying to decide what he's going to do. Best defense. So dealing some damage to the Stormtrooper, getting rid of 2 of the bigger die that Mark has. Unkar rolls in for single resource. And finally we have Phasma rolling in. Let's see if might get enough damage here to finish off Unkar. So yeah, so Victor's back. Didn't miss too much.
Hope that thing doesn't fall on his head.
Yeah, it's precarious. You might want to just like tape the middles as well.
No, the one in the front is fine. I'm just thinking the one in front of the cafe. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, I don't think it's going to cause any serious injury.
Uses the focus to switch the 2 damage to the other Phasma die. So takes Unkar to 4 health remaining.
Yeah, I think this is the correct thing to do. I'm not sure too much anymore now that FN has all the weapons on him. Like now it's just a case of overriding. You don't really need that money as much anymore. But yeah, that ability to strip the cards from your hand is just you just need to get.
He still wants
the
the prize possession and the Crime Lord. So I don't think it's going to be switching now. Might be a mistake.
Well, okay, so he does draw a prize possession. He also draws another baton. A confiscation is what I also see in his hand. I think Jeff is playing things smart. He's not been playing any upgrades onto any of his characters.
So rolls in. The die does choose not to resolve.
Yeah, this is an override with another baton, it looks like. Yep. Rolls that into the pool. And course, the good thing about Baton is that you get a reroll off it.
You do. You cannot resolve it though.
If you reroll it.
You cannot. If you reroll it, the reroll goes into the queue after the damage is resolved. In this case, it doesn't matter. He's already claimed the battlefield. Uses Unkar again, gets rid of the last best defense.
Yeah, Unkar's doing a lot of work this game. Looks like Mark's firmly in control here.
Vibro-Knife comes in, +2 damage.
Looks like I don't know. Does Jeff have no hand left?
So gonna get banned in the prize possession. Yeah, Jeff has no cards.
Prize possession is not. I don't think you play that upgrade against this type of deck. You don't really need to. I don't think. Like against Poe-Maz, you lock down a Poe die. Obviously against Vader, same thing. Palpatine, same thing.
I mean, maybe he's going for some kind of milk. Because why use the Unkar ability then if you're really not going to go for prize possession? But you don't need all those resources.
There's a lot of health to burn
He also
down.
knew what was in his hand, though, and knew that he was not going to get any resources, so it was purely a discard.
So here's a rollout. Of course, doesn't really matter what you roll with the character with the Imperial Discipline on it. But money's still good.
There are still better rolls.
Yep. Now, that's 2 damage I see still on the backup muscle. So Jeff's going to need a little bit help if he's going to finish off Unkar Putt with that backup muscle.
Yeah.
So for Jeff's first activation, that's rolling out the FN. Maybe trying to see if he can push through those final points of damage to kill Phasma.
He's got a lot of 6 more damage. It's not going to be an easy task.
Well, there's 2 batons, and I think Mark missed the reroll ability on the second baton. So there's a 1/4 potion, removing that die, and then gets a resource for it. Yeah, I think Mark missed that opportunity to reroll that second baton die, unless he did roll it again and I missed it.
He did. So that he didn't reroll the 3. He did reroll that one to a blank.
Okay, so Mark's trying to decide if he wants to maybe... Nope, I thought he was going to try to replace perhaps the baton. He's going to go for a reroll first. Still pretty bad.
Yeah, still pretty bad. I would be looking to get that hunker down shield on here, just to avoid a situation where Jeff's able to get 5 damage out quickly.
Okay, here's a rollout, removing that 2 damage on the FL Trooper with the Guardian ability. Nice 2 damage unblockable roll there.
He doesn't like you in his hand. I'm surprised he used the Guardian ability instead of.
There's a flank, get rid of that second baton die. So overall, Mark hasn't really been able to push through any damage, I think, this round. He's gonna, overwrite the baton without, so overwrite the baton, get a lightsaber in. Oh, there's something. There's 4 damage unblockable, and Guardian responds by guarding away the Royal Guard die. So now leaving Mark with a relatively useless +2 modifier. Takes this opportunity to put another shield on Unkar.
We got one more.
2 dice rolling out. A lot of weak rolls this turn.
Not a lot of great rolls.
Not getting that focus side on Phasma. Okay, so there's the Imperial Discipline bounced again. I will say though that I really like the fact that you can build a 3 dice 3 character control list and still have it be effective, because usually a lot of the Unkar FN decks try to cram in as many dice on their characters as possible. But Mark seems to be doing pretty well with just the 3 starting dice.
Rerolls, does see a damage side that he needs.
Range damage and there's a focus to ranged, maybe to knock off, maybe to finish off that Royal Guard, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't like it gets rid of it.
Yeah, might as well get a discarded card because you know that he's probably going to be able to use it for damage.
Yeah. So there's another 3 on Phasma. Phasma's sitting at 3 health left. backup muscle going on Unkar, most likely. Maybe I would have used that to finish off the Royal Guard between this turn and next turn. But Mark decides he's going to claim now.
I would have been maybe hesitant to use the backup muscle, just thinking that he might claim.
Right.
With getting to roll out gives you the ability to finish something off before they get to bring those dice into play. So,
well, there is a lot of Guardian in this game, so
absolutely. But if Jeff rolls on 2 damage, he can Guardian away. He still loses the character.
True. Ooh, Vibroneclers. It's a really good card with FN.
It is a great card with that, particularly if you have a ton of resources, which he does.
Yeah, and you do get the ambush off it, so that's 1 discard.
2, because he paid.
2 discard, right, because you pay 1 for it.
So yeah, Vibroneclers, you can pay 1 to increase the number on the die when you resolve it.
Let's see if Mark remembers he gets a second action. Okay, that's him missing that ambush. And Jeff then rolls out. It's 2 range, that's enough to finish the Royal Guard. Now maybe do you roll out the Royal Guard without Guardian to just force him to do something about it, or
that's what I would do.
No, instead rolls out a baton. I guess you could potentially finish off Phasma with the
when
baton.
He put that on the top of his deck when he starts your graveyard.
Yeah. So he didn't.
I think I would have left. I think I would have left the Vibroneclers and overwritten the baton.
Right. The other baton, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, although now you have an FN whose dice is very consistent, but now he's going to replace with the rocket launcher, also a consistent source of damage. So that's a 3 for 1 side, pays 1 resource, and there's Phasma finished off. So that was a smart move by Mark. So now we see the power of the FN Unkar late game. Royal Guard has done its job.
You look now. There's 3 damage on the Guavian. There's 1 damage on the Stormtrooper. Mm-hmm. It feels like there's some opportunity lost in terms of Guardian spreading the damage out a little bit better from Phasma.
You're saying Jeff could have used them more effectively? Yeah.
I mean, obviously, with FN's ability, there was a lot of times where there's nothing he could do about the dice rolls. There's also a lot of times where he rolled the Stormtrooper in first.
Right. So there's a potential 2 damage sitting on the First Order Stormtrooper's dice due to Imperial Discipline. Maybe Mark's thinking about even just playing Confiscation to get rid of Imperial Discipline. No. Rolls out FN instead. Here's a huge roll. At least for the rocket launcher.
Okay, yes.
And then the reroll on the baton there gets 2 resources. So lots of modifiers on Jeff's side. Nothing to capitalize on, though. And there's a confiscation just to make sure, hey, you can't do any shenanigans there. Now, another thing is, I'm surprised Jeff hasn't been using Guavian's ability to remove shields on Unkar. Yeah, instead of just re-rolling. Because you're banking on a 1 in 6 chance to deal more than 1 damage effectively versus the action. All right, so Guavian's sitting on 3 health left.
Well, paid off now.
Yep. So 4 damage.
So that'll be enough to kill off Unkar eventually.
Yeah, between that and the backup.
Exactly.
So if Mark doesn't have any control here, of course he can put 1 more shield onto Unkar. Yep. So now it's not quite enough to finish Unkar off within this turn. But even if Unkar dies, I mean, Unkar's done its job. You still have to deal with a full health, super scary FN.
Yeah. I mean, there is an argument being made now just to start putting it on FN.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jeff needs to hope that Mark fades a bunch of rolls on his next couple of activations. And I think for Mark, I think you just gotta take it slow and methodical. Reroll as many times as you need to. Guardian is no longer an issue for you, so just try to get rid of that Guavian Enforcer.
He should be rerolling here. I don't think he should be considering anything else.
Oh, he just takes the money instead. I mean, what is this, gearing up for a Crime Lord, perhaps? I don't know about that. So now, backup muscle moves the damage onto Unkar Plut. Unkar's sitting on 2 health left.
Why do that? You re-roll, you kill the Guavian Enforcer. So you're pretty much getting the same ability.
The only thing I can think of is that card in Mark's hand is really important for his game plan. So I'm interested
No,
to
it was
see what it is.
It was either a Vibro Knife or a Hold Up Blaster. So
Oh, Hold Up Blaster, okay. I mean, it is a form of action cheating with FN, so maybe that's why he's holding on to it.
that's fine. But
You know-
he discards that, and he's probably going to draw another upgrade.
So actually, the funny thing is, now he could actually play the prize possession I saw him just draw and blank the
Well, he's got a
Stormtrooper
Crime Lord as
die.
well.
How much time do you have?
We've got 13 minutes, so
You have 13
you
minutes.
subtract 2 minutes from your time. Sorry, that was our TO Liz just verifying the time, how much she's got left around. Of course, for our future match, we have a separate timer going, so what you see on the screen is how much time that those two players have available today. So yeah, Vibro Knucklers, okay. So he's just going to chain through a bunch of weapons, and I think maybe after killing the Guadmian Enforcer, he might just go ahead and try to lock down that Stormtrooper die. So with the extra $1, he does discard 2 cards from the Jeff's hand with the Vibro Knucklers activation. And Mark, will you remember the ambush? I think he does. Okay, lightsaber. So you can deal at most 2 damage with the lightsaber. Yeah, unless you get the modifier, in which case it doesn't really matter until you roll out FN.
Yeah. He's just going to override it again anyways, so...
Oh, this is what he's going to do. He's just going to wait to see. Yeah, he's just going to wait for the Stormtrooper to roll it. Now he's going to play prize possession, I feel. And he has Crime Lord.
Yep.
That's just prize possession.
Yes.
Prize possession, and then all you got to deal with is 1 Guavian Enforcer die, which is mostly modifiers. And no, instead goes for the Crime Lord.
This is
This is just finesse now. This is just him trying to see if he can kill off the thing if he can do it.
Oh, did he back up muscle the damage onto Unkar instead of continuing to work on FN? I didn't notice that last round.
Yeah, he moved the damage onto Unkar, so now Unkar has 8 damage instead of 7.
But if you're just trying to get through Finn,
It's just like Pack Wars.
or FN, sorry.
Yeah.
Slightly janky 30-card deck because you use the entire pack.
Well, that's what he needs.
Yeah,
Right,
he has the
something
money
to do.
still.
Just roll out and start claiming some resources.
Put a guy to 0 with 15 random cards,
Well, you're both playing with 15 random cards.
or somebody's going to deck out.
Yeah. Or somebody's going to deck out. And it was
Oh,
actually
Travis,
a lot
what do you
of
think
fun.
Jeff can do to get out of
It's also
this?
sort of a cheap way to
I think he's done.
the drafts.
The question is seeing how long he can survive for. So 2 unblockable
Far better
damage
in
incoming.
Pack Wars and the Seal than
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What is he doing?
Oh, I guess again. I was thinking. I forgot. I was thinking he had 8 health.
No, not at
So the shield will matter. Maybe.
all. Yeah, the Vibro Knife is no longer in play.
All right, Matt.
But 3 range is going to make that point moot, I think.
Oh, it's free after. Nick,
Alright.
Greg,
And a lot of money.
Unless he has some enemy mitigation
Scott,
here.
and Max.
1 more damage.
And you have the buy. Sorry, man. Yeah, my
The end of the Enforcer.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to figure out if it just makes more sense for him to just maximize the damage output and just deal it to the Stormtrooper instead. But looks like no. He's
does,
just going to play it
but-
safe. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's no reason to hold on to the prize possession.
Yeah.
Just get rolls.
Yeah,
see
just
if you had
finish it,
enough.
right? Like, what's the point? You're just dragging out your opponent's misery at this point, I think.
Are they using the prize mats for the stream?
No, well, you remember Mark, he made it to the top
Okay.
4 last week, so he's got a mat from that. Jeff, I'm assuming he's won his mat from another store championship in the area. You know, so June is store championship month in the Toronto area. We've had quite a few Destiny events. Like basically every every weekend we've had 1 store championship somewhere in the Toronto area. So this is the 3rd one, I think. Of course, we had the beginning of the month. We had X Planet. And we had 401 Games last week. We had this one. Legends Warehouse has one next Saturday. So.
All right. 4 damage left in that Stormtrooper.
All right. So Mark actually burned through his entire deck, and you know, some small part of me would like to see some sort of karmic justice from toying with his opponent by somehow losing his entire hand and not being able to close out the match, but I don't think that's very likely.
Yeah. I don't think this rocket launcher is going to make a ton of difference, but
Is it? I think it's, yeah, okay, rocket launcher. I mean, it's, nothing he rolls here is, well, actually no, that's not true. If he rolls out like a 2 damage side and like a 4 damage side, you can kill Unkar. But
You can kill Finn. You can kill a Finn.
is that enough to kill a Finn for him?
2 and 4? 6
Okay.
damage, yeah?
Yeah, but look, he's
Okay.
Okay. I mean, if you have a best defense, I mean, you could use it technically, I guess, to save yourself. Well, actually, no, that even that wouldn't save himself. So, ooh, holdout blaster. He does get an ambush, but that's not enough time. And so there's the handshake, and that makes Mark C the winner of this round, putting him at 2 and 1. So we didn't have time to mention this at the beginning of our cast, but today's tournament will be 5 rounds Swiss, followed by a top 8 cut. Single elimination matches there, so we're going to be excited to see what decks make it to the top here. I know, Pomaz is the boogeyman. I see a couple of those decks doing fine too, but as you can see for this stream, for this match, some decks that are a little bit off the beaten path, and we want to try to prioritize bringing you those fun matches.
Yep.
And we're going to hopefully, in the top cut, get some guest commentators. We've got John Gobet from Starkiller Base. He's playing in the tournament today. And if he doesn't make the cut, he's agreed to do some commentary. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for round 4 in about 10 minutes or
15
so.
minutes.
15 minutes? Okay, see you then.
Hello, and welcome back to the Star Wars Destiny Store Championships for face-to-face games here in Toronto. We're VTTV, I'm Travis.
And I'm Victor.
And yeah, so we're just getting started with round 4, waiting for the TO to call time. Try to get some interesting decks on the stream.
So I asked Andrew here on the right if he wanted to show his deck on stream. The reason for that is actually this is a deck that's been gaining a lot of sort of, it's been a bit of a sleeper, I think, ever since maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. This fellow named Rebel Trooper, don't know his actual name, he won a store championship somewhere in the States with this deck. It is a elite Luke Skywalker, so you can see there that's John Starkiller Base's alternate art Luke Skywalker there, paired with a 1 dice Rey, and his opponent is Daniel with an elite Palpatine. So, Rebel Trooper had done an interview with some fellow, I think you can find the video on YouTube if you look up Rebel Trooper E-Luke Rey deck. It's an hour-long discussion about this deck, and it talks about his card choices, a lot of one-ups in his event pile, and yeah, a lot of one-ups in his event pile, and Rebel Trooper mentions that it is a deck that is designed to deal with the meta. Looks like they got started already, so we're just going to go ahead and start a timer.
I didn't hear her yell.
Yeah, so I think maybe she just started around with that sound. Anyway, so the round's underway, but just to finish, the deck is designed to beat Pomaz and Palpatine and all that stuff, and that's somebody knocking the camera. Let me just fix that.
Sorry. Yeah, Victor just went to go and try to get them to stop bumping the camera if he could. But got a ton of damage off of Palpatine. Already 5 damage sitting on Rey. Rey's got a Force Speed and Vibro Knife on her, so she's off a good start as well. Rolls in. Not the greatest roll in the world, but between the ambush and Vibro Knife, and Rey's ability, get to roll in Luke as well.
So anyway, just to finish my thought, the whole idea is to pile on as much healing and damage mitigation on Luke Skywalker, making Luke effectively a 25 health character. And the whole idea is just to endure whatever the Pomaz or Palpatine decks throw at Luke. Yeah. And then, of course, you have a die face. They have die faces that are comparable to Darth Vader, 2 melee, 3 melee, an important focus side as well. So that was the reason why I wanted to show this deck on stream. I think it's really cool, and of course Palpatine is a deck that hasn't been as popular in the meta as the Pomaz decks have been in Toronto.
There've been a lot of people who've played it. It just has not been very successful in Toronto.
I think by the time a lot of people had started playing Palpatine, a lot of people were ready for it, facing against it. So we see a focus side on the Force Speed, turning Luke's die to a 3 melee. There's an isolation. But this deck plays the long game. It's not supposed to be a fast handsies, fast type of deck. It's willing to take some mitigation early on because you are going to there are more focus sides on a Luke Rey deck than there are in a Vader Raider deck. So you're gonna have more opportunities to get those melee sides showing. So both players playing at a very fast pace and try to keep up.
So you notice that Andrew's got a new map. I just think he bought it a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and he's been getting players that he plays against to sign it. So starting to look nice. Looks like a little bit of a spill there on the right-hand side, but
that gives a character.
Yeah. I'm upset. My name is covered now.
Oh, okay. Which one is there? The red one?
I'm under the discard.
Okay, I'm upset that he hasn't asked me to sign it.
Have you played him?
Maybe not in a tournament. Maybe
you don't have to play. He'll get you to sign it even if it's not in a tournament. But
right. Okay, here's a roll up.
Lots of discard for Palpatine.
Bam.
I'm guessing we got kind of distracted with fixing the camera, but must have got one of those discards off last turn as well.
Yep. So I think Andrew's debating on whether to use the overconfidence here. No, instead of use the force, turn it to a blank. I'm guessing. Yep. So I think with Palpatine, yeah, you just generally it doesn't really matter what face is showing on Palpatine. You just want to kind of resolve it, get that damage somewhere. So Palpatine's die has to deal 2, and then Andrew chooses to put it on Luke, eliminating the shields there. Caution, considered a staple in Qui-Gon Rey decks, also seeing a lot of use here because sometimes Rey's dice faces don't want to cooperate with you, but it's always a good way to throw some shields on there.
So Rey rolls in a 4 speed, so that's going to give her a chance to roll Luke in next turn and use him.
Oh, that's the side
Not
you
the
want to
reroll.
see.
Not the reroll that Andrew is looking for.
What you want to see, that's a 5 damage coming from Palpatine off that 1 die.
Yeah.
So there is a overconfidence in Andrew's hand. Now I'm not sure if you can still use that card if there's only 1 die on your opponent's side, or if you're forced to also reroll one of your own.
You're forced to reroll one of your own.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to roll against Palpatine.
Right. Okay. So, yeah. So there's that use of caution that I mentioned. I think Palpatine is just going to maybe try to burn down Rey. Yep.
Yes.
And then I think Andrew's just going to throw 2 damage onto Luke. Makes sense. So Rey's sitting at 2 health now.
Doing a good job remembering his Luke trigger, which a lot of players
Yes. Yeah.
forget.
At the beginning of the when Awakenings came out, a lot of people were forgetting Darth Vader triggers, and now I think it's Luke's the hard one to remember as well, just because people don't play with or against Luke as much as they used to. Hopefully that'll change. I mean, because I own Elite Luke Skywalker, and I've been waiting. the E Luke Akbar deck was a bit of a fad for a while, but yeah. So Andrew did draw another caution. So maybe Andrew's thinking if he wants to caution away. Oh no, it's not a caution. My bad. The art looks the same. It's actually a high ground. High ground. Rebel Trooper has mentioned it's a questionable inclusion in his deck after playing with it a bunch of times, just because the meta is so fast. You can't guarantee that you're going to be able to get it off, because you need to control the battlefield in order to use it.
Yeah. 4 speed is nice on Palpatine because it lets you fix your dice and use them before your opponent can deal with them. Okay. Isolation to take care of the 3 damage from Luke.
So that's both isolations out of Daniel's deck now.
Yeah.
So one of the
Good
troubles
decision
I've
to
had-
play on the battlefield before Palpatine can.
Yeah, heal the damage from Rey there. Now the only thing that's going to straight up kill Rey is one of Palpatine's 3 range sides.
But Rey should be able to use her dice before that happens.
Yeah. That's why you load up everything on Rey, because like Vader Raider decks, Luke Skywalker's dice is good enough on its own.
Yeah.
Don't need any modifications. And of course, you want to get that action sheeting off of Rey.
Force solution. Okay, that's going to delay the inevitable a little bit.
That's also protection insurance against a no mercy roll as well.
Yeah.
I could have played on last one. Okay, why? Okay, so I deal. Okay, let's say last.
All right.
Focus, shield, and 1 resource side by Palpatine. So not as aggressive as he would like. Of course, generally you want to keep whatever you roll with Palpatine and just resolve them as fast as you can. I'm not sure if Daniel drew a Rise Again, but that could be a useful application of the 5 resources he might be getting in a second here. So here's a rollout by Andrew.
So damage, discard, shield. We've got a smorgasbord of options here.
Yep. 2 shields on Palpatine. 2 damage probably going to Luke Skywalker. Yep. And
No, I think it's the caution on Luke.
well, no, that is a high ground, not a caution.
Okay.
So he can use it because he does control the battlefield. Maybe it's just something you just snap off. No, instead uses to rejuvenate. Maybe he's saving it for a later turn where you can deal 1 damage.
Doubt to reroll the.
Reroll the Vibra Knife die, just get it off the table. Of course, now all the melee damage is going to be blockable because of Vibra Knife no longer being in the pool.
So I massively.
Yeah, Alexis. I think if he decides to roll, if Daniel decides to resolve that resource die, I think that's definitely going to be a Rise Again showing up. Now, Travis, did you see if Daniel discarded any blue ability upgrades?
No, I haven't noticed.
No? Okay. So you might have to wait until he does that first. Roll from Luke. We'll need to remember to draw a card off that roll.
Nope,
Hey,
missed
it
trigger.
looks like we spoke too soon
Yeah,
about the
it seemed like he was doing so well.
Yeah. Yeah, Force Lightning would be huge. I don't know how many copies of Deflect Andrew is running in his deck. Have you had a chance to play Palpatine deck yet?
With it or against it?
With it.
Not with it. I played tons of games against it. But as soon as I got my second Palpatine die, someone wanted to borrow it.
So there's a Manipulate, turning his Force Speed to a blank to make sure that
I don't know if that's worth
Force
it.
Speed. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're just better off maybe, I don't know, passing, claiming. So I was wrong again. Actually, it wasn't a high ground. It was a heroism. That's the card he discarded. All the art looks the same. It's like a bunch of like fire and explosions and stuff in the background.
It says Holocron out on Palpatine. I'm surprised he didn't play it earlier. There's nothing that let him draw it. I'm surprised he didn't play that earlier.
The heroism?
No, the Holocron.
Oh, sorry. So generally, we were talking earlier at whether you played Palpatine. The one time played Palpatine was at the Store Championships at X Planet, and generally you're not really looking to activate and roll out the Holocron die in the same turn you play it, because your priority is to activate Palpatine and resolve those dice right away. You don't want to waste any time playing stuff beforehand. So you generally, when you play Holocron, you're trying to do it for the turn after.
Yeah, just the Holocron. There's the Rise Again.
Yep. So let's see if he actually did
The
discard.
Holocron does have the focus size, and with the Force Speed, it does give you an option to Force Speed the focus into one of the better sides with.
All right, so now he did play so there was a Force Lightning. Wow. Okay, there was a Force Lightning in the discard pile. Now it's on Palpatine.
What, you didn't trust Alexis for calling that right?
Well, I had asked you, Travis. Remember?
I didn't know, but our chat knows better than we do.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Well, they don't have to talk and watch at the same time. Not to say our chat isn't wonderful, which they are. So yeah, we went on to the next turn, and here is. Ugh.
yeah, this is.
Force Lightning not cooperating. However, there is a Force Speed and a Holocron special and a 3 range side from Palpatine. So
Yeah, I think it's just
not
a Force
too bad.
Speed into both of
Yeah.
Palpatine's dice.
I mean, you could do Force Speed into reroll the Force Lightning die and then resolve both Palpatine's range and a Lightning.
No, because I don't think you mind hitting the discard.
Oh, savage. Force Misdirection. Great play. Now, Force Misdirection is one of those cards, it's sort of feast or famine, kind of like feel your anger. But man, when you get off something like that, it feels good.
It's great, but I mean, the Palpatine dice are still there. They're
No,
still gonna
but
hurt.
now he doesn't have like I
Doesn't
don't
have
know
the
if he
action
had like a
cheating.
forced ability in his hand
Yeah.
or not, but yeah.
Now the Holocron could have been something, but
Yeah, Alexis, I think it's almost criminally underplayed. I think it just needed like mono blue heroes needed to become good again before we saw a resurgence of Force Misdirection. So what was that? Oh, that was the Force Illusion triggering off Palpatine's 3 range there. And now he just split his damage, but I don't think you can do that.
yes, you assign
Can
the
you
dice.
divide? Can you
divide it
divide
any way you want.
Really? Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of some other card. Maybe Planetary
Yeah.
Uprising.
Yeah, you don't choose the character, you choose to divide.
Right.
So, resolves the Force Speed.
Where do you get the second action from?
I do not know, actually.
Yeah. Okay, just Daniel making sure that the board remains somewhat legible. Not just for his benefit, but for ours too.
So I think didn't like seeing that deflect get discarded for the Force Illusion.
Oh, okay, Mesh. So what is the one I'm thinking of? You can't distribute. No, whatever. Might be Akbar. Maybe Akbar is the one you can't distribute. So that's my ally is the Force, which allows him to resolve one of his dice without having to remove from the pool, and then goes ahead and uses basically the 3 melee twice because of that. So that was a total of 8 damage. No, sorry, eight damage on
Unblockable as well.
So the special on Force Lightning got rolled there, which is deal 1 damage.
He was nice enough to remind him of what Force Lightning does, because it might affect his play.
So you can deal 1 damage, and then you remove a blank to reroll the Force Lightning die, and it doesn't have to be one of your own.
Yeah, it's possible that Victor was thinking of Akbar.
So
it's not in a bad spot here. 9 damage, having already burned through one of the Rise Agains. I mean, we haven't seen any Force Illusions, but...
So I still think it might be...
that is...
I mean, I was going to say, it could go either way, but wow, huge deflect
there's the
there.
other deflect.
Yeah. But I remember, as I said before, the whole point of the deck...
That's a 7 damage swing, right?
Yeah. Remember what I said before, though. The whole point of this Rebel Troopers E-Luke Rey deck is that you just put all the damage mitigation on Rey, like Luke Skywalker. You know, I think he still has 1 more caution in his deck. I think there is.
No, the cautions have both been used.
No, wasn't there 1 caution and 1 heroism or something?
No, he used to use caution just on Rey just now.
Okay.
That's how he also got rid of the blank, so that he couldn't use a special from Force Lightning.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of damage mitigation in this deck. So yeah, Alexis, you rolled turn 1. You rolled 2 times 3 damage. That's how you get hooked, though.
Yeah.
And then you spend the rest of your time trying to chase that same first roll, and then you never get it.
Yeah. So I mean, with all of the discards that Daniel's hit, Andrew's deck is getting pretty thin. Of course, 2 turns should be enough to get the rest of the damage he needs on Palpatine.
Yep. Unless he plays another Rise Again, of course.
He needs to get the resource first, so that's going to be tough.
Oh, he's 1 resource away.
Maybe he also gets a Force Illusion, which will be a pretty big help. Okay.
So that's just
Override Survivor deck has 2 actions to spend.
So first action is rolling out Rey. I think he was hoping for a Force Speed special there. Now second action, do you roll out Luke? I see a guard in Andrew's hand, so it's possible that you just try to see if you can get at least a 2 melee save.
You might as well get the guard while you have your dice.
Guard, yeah. Return of the Jedi, returning deflect. Ooh, smart play too. There's especially with that Force Lightning there's a potential to make that work, make that count.
Yeah, I'm really liking a lot of Andrew's decisions here. You know, except for missing his Luke triggers.
Well, I mean, maybe he doesn't want to use it. Well, no, I think you should still use it because there's 1 more card left in your deck. But
oh, wow, interesting. So he just did a
enrage there.
Yeah. So he's got.
I think that's a Rise Again. It has to be.
Has to be a Rise Again.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has any great abilities in his discard.
Another
Force. I don't know if he discarded his Force. Maybe. No, never mind. That does look like a Force Lightning underneath, because he had it in his hand and he was trying to decide whether to discard it last turn.
Now, a lot of Force Lightning sides require you to pay 1 resource to use them. So he's not going to have any resources if he does indeed play a Rise Again. So there, Andrew remembers to draw his card off Luke. Rolls nothing, nothing of consequence. And there's the Rise Again that we suspected was in Daniel's hand. And now you have lightning coming out of both of Emperor's hands. So now we have Return of the Jedi, Emperor Palpatine.
Unless he's a force solution that he's considering to pull back. Which he does.
Force solution. That's smart. Okay.
Yeah.
I would not have thought of that. Yeah, I guess at this point, like putting another force lightning is just overkill, right? There's only so much money you can spend. There's a discard to reroll. It finally gets the force speed. Yep, special. And focus, which is going to be useful for changing that blank Luke die into.
So yeah, he didn't keep his.
melee.
He did a really good thing here. He didn't actually keep his dice distinct.
Yeah.
So with the 2 force speed, he gave his opponent the opportunity of deciding which way he wanted to allocate them.
There's a doubt, getting rid of the unblockable damage potential, the Vibro Knife.
So he has to get.
Yep, picks a Rejuvenate. Useful card, but not that exciting. Okay, so here's a Premonition reroll. Andrew now down to 3 cards in his hand. So at
Yeah. So he didn't mean to take the focus off the force speed.
So now Andrew is in danger of just getting milled out by Palpatine's discard side, so he has to be careful about that. Okay, so now there's 2 more actions. So so force speed, first action, reroll, second action, force speed, first action, and then second action, and that just triggers the force illusion there. I don't think that was a good play by Andrew.
Well,
he should have just.
He accidentally re-rolled the force speed.
Oh, okay.
He would have had another focus to spend there.
No, but I think what Andrew should have done was focus to the 3 melee and just left it there. Because Palpatine, Daniel doesn't have any more isolations. And I think he used his second doubt in that instance as well. And now, see, there's that 2 discard side I was talking about. Andrew is probably only going to have 1 card after this.
I think Andrew is realizing that he really needed to maximize his damage this turn.
Yeah. So there's a discard, and Daniel just quick to snap off that other discard. And there's the guard. There's a 1 with the force. And now Andrew is basically just going to have to rely on the luck of his rolls from this point forward. Of course, is the game going to last that long? Is the question.
Well, I mean, Ray dies here.
Yeah, it's hard to see because he moved the damage off the bottom.
Oh
of the
no,
camera,
she heals
but-
1, so 2 is not enough to kill her anymore.
But yep, I think at this point, Daniel, it doesn't matter really, because Daniel doesn't really have to worry about any tricks from Andrew anymore. Doesn't have to really worry about any reroll shenanigans. I think he's just going to take it slow and steady from this point out.
It's 1 health left on Ray.
Yep. And yeah, you kill off Ray, and this game becomes a lot easier.
I
unless
think
Andrew
he
gets
missed
really lucky with his rolls.
when he took the 2 shields. I think he may have missed doing the 2 damage.
Right.
I'm not going to worry about it too much because I don't think it's going to affect the outcome of the game, and it's the player's responsibility for making sure these things are happening. Tries to get something out of Ray before. Well, oh, okay. Yeah, couldn't get much better there. Overconfidence is going to disrupt those plans.
Yeah, just get rid of him. Oh, so the Vibro Knife is still in play. It removes that Ray die. And here comes the Luke activation again. Andrew's got to rely on the luck of the roll here, and that
It's not the luck of the roll.
Well, I mean, he got 1 focus at least. So that's
Sure,
at
but
least
having
3
to-
unblockable damage
But having
there.
to use one of the loot dice for damage it's rough.
Yeah, he has. He's going to have to focus the 3 damage and then just hope he lives this turn, and then just roll out again, I think. So there's a discard.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, Daniel's
I guess he figures just give him less tools.
Yeah. Ooh, man. Brutal. Yeah, just get rid of the loot dice.
So fill your anger, count the number of blank sides, remove that many dice. Yeah, so Andrew's trying to concede here, it looks like.
Maybe Daniel's trying to convince him, yeah, you still have a chance. I mean, I could whiff on my stuff too.
Yeah.
So now it's the negotiations.
Yeah.
Daniel maybe trying to convince Andrew to play it out.
So yeah, he just
Yeah.
claimed healed but damage.
Okay, yep. And is there a discard side? No. But that's quite a bit of damage coming in.
So that's 9 damage,
Yeah.
which would
So,
leave
yeah, you kill off Ray here.
which
and
leaves
then you
only
just-
3 health on Luke.
Yeah. So either way, I don't think it matters. So yeah.
I don't even know if you kill off. Just put all the damage, maximize your damage.
Yeah.
I don't know that I agree, Michael. At that point, with 1 card in your deck, I'm not going to blame anyone for conceding.
Yeah, it's obviously better for the viewers, right? But I don't really like forcing people to play it out just so that we can watch someone slowly die on cam. But lucky for us, we get to see the quote unquote natural conclusion of this match. And at this point, as long as Palpatine doesn't roll any blanks, I don't think there's much Andrew can do. But I think there's what is the last card in Andrew's hand?
I don't know.
There's that focus. Okay. This is more mitigation from Daniel. Yep. Feel your anger. Carrying in the focus.
Let me just give it to you.
And Force Lightning.
Yeah.
And he gets to reroll that too. And now I think Andrew's like, yeah, please, just let me concede.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like when someone convinces
Yeah.
someone not to concede. And
Yeah. Now, I mean, we can't hear anything that's going on the table, right? It could just be Andrew's like, yeah, I'll play that, whatever. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
See, like, why do that? Just claim one of your Palpatine dice and the game's over, right?
But that's it, though.
So,
So that's
like,
the
yeah.
conclusion of that game.
Telling someone to play it out and then taking unnecessary actions to finish, I'm not a fan.
I don't know. I feel like that's in Palpatine's character, though. You know, kind of gloat over his victory.
Sure.
So who knows? Maybe he's like, this is the alternate ending to the Return of the Jedi. You know? Yeah, Vader wasn't around, so that's what happened. Okay, so that's the conclusion of round 4. We've got one last round of Swiss to bring you, and then after that, we will be heading into the top 8 cut. So stick around. We'll be back in about 15 minutes to commentate on the final round of Swiss.
All right, we're going to come back a little early, guys. It looks like in this last round, everyone finished early, so they're starting this next round pretty quickly. So let's try to get everything set up here. Michael, it just basically, the two Rise Agains were too much for Ray Luke to get past. Luke was not rolling well. The combination of those two things just made it too big a mountain for him to get over. And he burned through his deck pretty quickly. Got a lot of discard sides from Palpatine, so he didn't have a lot of reroll options at the end of the game. Yeah, just figuring out what game we're going to do, what match we're putting on stream here.
On the left is Arsene, so
Okay, hold on.
Arsene. E-N-E. Yeah. Yep.
Alright.
P.
Okay.
And then Gobet is the right player.
So our host just making sure we get the overlay right. So we have John from Starkiller Pace on the right-hand side playing Arsene. I don't know what decks they have, but we'll soon know. And just let me take care of some business here before I join you 100%.
That'd be fun.
All right, I'm back. So yeah, this will be the last round of Swiss, and then we'll be cutting over to top 8 after that. I don't know the total number of players we have today. Hopefully we'll get an update on that soon. For those that haven't been to the channel before, thanks for joining us today, and for those who've come back, thanks as well. There's a ton of Destiny content as well as a lot of other FFG games on our YouTube channel if you're interested in checking that out. We're also doing a ton of coverage of different store championships in the Toronto area this month for all the Star Wars games. So we have this today. Tomorrow we'll be covering an Armada Store Championship event. Next Sunday we'll be doing an Imperial Assault event. After that, I think it'll be back to our regular game night kit schedule. Try to get our new schedule up for July when we get a chance. But that also means that there'll be a lot of videos, individual matches posted up on YouTube that you can check out if you're looking to catch some more Destiny action, or if you want to check out the X-Wing Store Championship from earlier in the month, or the PTL Open from last month. Iker, I have not seen very much good villain mill. I mean, I've seen some people attempt it. It's not been in any of the late tables in any of the tournaments we've covered. So I just don't think it has the mitigation that Hero Mill does to hold on for long enough to get the mills through.
Where's the delirium
Kind of what your deck's running around until you get that big green, sorry, big black flyer. Even then, he feeds off the high.
Absolutely. Face-to-face games has a ton of singles, both online and in store. They have an eBay store. I forget the URL off the top. You can either get it via eBay, or if you go to their website and look at the prices online, you can get it through there. So I don't know, Alexis, are you in the area? Or are you looking to get them shipped somewhere?
Not a great trade right now for you.
Because I'd suggest if you're trying to do it remotely. Oh, you're in Montreal. Okay, interesting. I'll see if I can ask.
Usually cycle at
I don't know if there's anyone here who is like kind of there. Yeah, the webpage is the Montreal. Well, it's both, I think.
looks like you might be open for like
They've been trying to figure it out. They don't have it quite sorted out. If you email them with the list of your wants, with the prices from the site, they can probably help you out. and it's not very hard for them to ship some of the singles out to Montreal if Montreal doesn't have them in stock.
Voltaic crawler.
Yeah, and actually we were running a promotion with Face to Face Games that ended today, where if you ordered $100 worth of product from them, they'd throw in a free legendary, and if you ordered $200, they'd throw in 3 free legendaries. So they've been trying to do some promotions. I'll mention it to some of the folks here because I know they've been doing a lot more Destiny stuff than everyone else, or than what's been happening out of the Montreal store, anyways.
This is
So yeah, we're. I just got the players get ready to set up. We're about to start the timer in about 30 seconds. And for those of you who have watched our videos on our YouTube channel and our stream, I think you'll recognize at least the playmat on the right side of the screen. That is none other than Starkiller Base's John Gobet. And today he's jumped on the Unkar FN Trooper Trade, and he will be playing against Arsene. Arsene has told me that he's just started playing Destiny a few days ago, but you know, he is 3-1 at this point, so it seems like he knows what he's doing with this deck. So yeah, they're ready to go. I think we can start the timer right now. Yep, started already. Okay.
because of this. And,
So, for those of you new to Destiny videos or the channel, John runs a YouTube channel called Starkiller Base. He is in fact recording matches today that we'll be putting up later on his YouTube channel. So if you just search for Starkiller Base on YouTube, you can find his channels. I think, in my opinion, they're very well done. He of course does all the commentary, and he is probably one of the best players in the Toronto area, so you can. He has like a lot of insight.
Yeah.
And we were hoping if he didn't make the cut that he would be willing to come and commentate for us, or if he does get knocked out at some point. But
So yeah, John has won a store championship already this season, a couple weeks ago.
yep.
He was playing Pomaz, but I think once he had a tournament win, he decided to switch it up.
So this is the final round of Swiss. Both these players are X and 1, so this is very possibly a win and in for at least one of these players.
Yeah, definitely. A 4-1
Yeah.
record will guarantee you a spot in the top 8.
Yeah, with 24 players, I think it does.
You'll still be able to get in with a 3 and 2, but it's going to come down to strength of schedule in that case.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I win, I'll just drop. I have choices here.
So it looks like
Yeah, obviously Arsene wants the Emperor's Throne Room.
Yeah.
So he'll go with his battlefield.
So Emo Kids is a deck that has been, maybe not always been at the top tables, but I think it's been performing.
Friends
very
in Lowe's
strong.
places here.
So that only strips events.
So manipulate, deflect, or overconfidence,
Strong on many levels, but a couple times.
or isolation. Sorry, I missed that.
Deflect. That's a very removal heavy hand for a Emo Kids deck. So this might be a little bit slower than most other versions of this deck.
That'd be very similar to the version that John had been playing earlier, before Store Championship started.
So there's a salvage stand right there. This is probably very similar to the deck that won the European Nationals a couple of weeks ago. Running, basically 8 pieces of dice removal plus salvage stand and Imperial Inspection.
And I don't know if everyone's familiar. So when salvage stand, when you roll a die with on a resource side, you can exhaust the salvage stand to remove 1 resource from your opponent.
Yep.
So that's great. You can have 2 of them in play, so you can be doing it to remove 2. So it can really choke out an opponent.
Yeah, especially against the Vader Kylo deck that one of your characters doesn't have any resource sides at all.
Yeah. So he plays flank to remove the Vader special.
Yeah, and you're basically in survival mode at the very beginning. You just want to try to stem the bleeding that the Emo Kid deck is so good at doing. 2 damage onto Unkar there.
Yeah. So he's going to start with Unkar instead of FN.
Yep. I mean, Unkar is the source of most of your disruption, I think.
Yes.
So Force Illusion. because usually Vader is the first target for opponents when they go after your characters. So hold out blaster, ambush, rolls out the die, can't resolve it, does get another action because of ambush, and oh, yep, and then he will probably throw 3 at, yeah, Kylo.
Next turn.
One more damage here. See if he wants to reroll.
Yeah, just maybe try to do as much damage. There's another 3 damage probably going at Kylo again, so that's 6 damage now on Kylo. 5 HP left. Good first turn for John there.
Plus 5. That's mastery. 3. So attack with 1.
All right. I don't think there's many of the pieces that he wanted to see on Arsene's side. Rolls out Kylo.
Cycle the shelter.
8. And yeah, 16.
16.
Okay, solid stand. All right. Yeah, so John's just putting the shield tokens beside his characters.
Yeah, I mean, anything you see on the mat, I think John is in play for him.
Wait, all of them have
I mean, it could be a little bit closer to the character, but I think we kind of get the idea where the shield is.
Wait,
So there was an overconfidence on both of Unkar's dice, removes the blank, and rolling out. I see that John actually he's being a lot more aggressive with his dice. Like usually, I find that with Unkar decks you tend to he doesn't like you. You tend to use the
Unkar's ability?
yeah Unkar's ability
Yeah.
early on, and then you sort of transition over later onto the damage size. But he's trying to burn down one character, which I think is smart because I think this deck can really handle one character no matter how powerful it is.
It was also by virtue of some of the dice that he was rolling. Like he had a lot of damage out after using the damage. He never really had the opportunity to use Unkar's ability.
Yep.
And now if he can get Kylo down as quickly as possible.
Get a clue?
Yeah, I don't. I think the Force, the Mind Probe, you're not going to play it.
No.
There's too much resource burn.
Well, if he had a holocron in his hand, then it would definitely have kept him.
Yeah, no, I know, but he doesn't have one now. Holding on to it, it's just choking up from cards that might be more useful.
There's FN doing the step up of his upgrades. There's a baton rolled out. Is he going to take the resource? Is he going to leave it out? Maybe. Nope. Takes the resource. Back to Arsene, who unfortunately hasn't been doing a lot of damage, but he's going to try to, I think,
Try to hit
he's
Unkar
pointing
here.
on Unkar, yeah. So that's 1 damage onto Unkar.
This is your main. Yeah, you have like 2.
There's 2 on Kylo, putting him at 8, so it's 3 HP left on Kylo now. And then going for another pull on Unkar. And there's the best defense again.
It has to be 2 same colors. Yes, you're gonna do like 1 green, 1. If you do like 2 blue, creates on tap.
And what is that yellow card in John's hand? Is that a fast hands or no?
Yeah.
They're face down now.
Then he tapped it again for trigger.
Okay, so that's a pretty good roll. That's enough to kill off Kylo.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
now you float
he just
it.
claimed there. And now I think things are suddenly looking a lot harder for Arsene.
I wonder if it's worth holding on to the Force Illusion until someone starts doing damage.
Yeah.
Just because that way you know that you're going to be able to do that to hold on to one of your characters.
And now I will say, in a way, that's a way of maybe convincing John to, go after the weaker character first.
Yeah, it can be. You want to be able to use it to keep 2 characters alive, not just your last character.
Yeah. So, and now it looks like Arsene, in the last couple of turns, he wasn't really drawing any upgrades he could play, but now he's got the Vibro Knife, and it's a huge one. Oh, best defense, that's what that's there for.
Then untap.
He didn't have the resources to pay for it, so
Yeah.
it was going to be really awkward for him to get the damage out, so he's probably okay with that trade.
Well, he could have taken the resource, did 3, and then claimed for another 3.
Well, that's a good point.
I
Plays out of meditate.
forgot to gain 2 life from the new phase.
So that's a...
Played it.
Yep, salvage stand.
Hit a salvage stand every time.
Yeah.
It's pretty good removal, realistic.
Taking the resource so that he opens up some of the mitigation cards in his hands is probably a good idea.
There's John reminding Arsene that he activated his character. So this is what, a pass or a claim?
Oh, there's the disrupt, so
Okay.
that resource doesn't matter.
Okay, so John's sort of pointing out, yeah, if you do that, I'll just disrupt it. So John, nice guy John, allowing his opponent maybe to take back that tactical error. Rolls out the first order Stormtrooper die, gets nothing, and now a Gaffy Stick, which hasn't seen the light of day since the very beginning of Awakenings. Now regaining popularity.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's regaining popularity with the prevalence of the FN on card deck.
So might as well take 3 resources straight up instead of fishing for something that's probably going to be worth less. But
Are you familiar with modern?
So now, yeah, John can just take his time, load up all the upgrades he wants on FN.
Do you have the turbo? You don't have the
Hasn't even rolled out FN.
Yeah, it's really hard to face that kind of a try.
I think Arsene just basically passing.
You don't have a new perspective.
So Gaffy Stick special. John has no money. There's a reroll. So that Gaffy Stick special actually is going to do something here. Of course, you could use the Uncar ability. Okay, so first he's going to reroll, I think. And so blanks, 2 ranged.
now,
There's another reroll. Yep.
I guess this means he claimed.
Yeah. So maybe you just use Uncar's ability. Yep. Get some money, and then you're gonna want to deal 3. Oh, it's a nice pull.
Yeah, but
But see, with that reroll, he lost the ability to deal more melee damage, I think. So
You couldn't be buying anything. I have his money right here.
yeah, so that's 2.
just doing them individually here.
Yep.
So
Plus another 3. Yep. So there goes the Force Illusion.
Alright.
And decent. Nothing too big that he milled there. But now you're staring down, basically full strength force on John's side. This game has been kind of like a little bit of a role reversal. I mean, with the Emo Kids deck kind of playing defensively and John just like pushing the aggression here.
well, you got to remember also, John mitigated any dice showing damage from Arsene's side. So there were a lot of opportunities that got shut down.
Yeah. But I think this is a sterling example of what they used to call in Magic, who's the beatdown. And that changes from time to time too. Yeah, it's the Imperial Inspection. So this is a nail in the coffin here for Arsene's deck, I think. So roll out Vader. Hope that John doesn't roll out a Disrupt. He's going to try to roll the dice that get the most opportunity. Of course, he does get the Disrupt. Now he's going to decide maybe what to bounce. Yeah, the Makashi training. So that looks like 4 unblockable damage coming at whoever he chooses. Of course, that's not enough to kill any character. Well, actually, no, it would be enough to kill the Stormtrooper if that is 3 damage sitting over there.
He's trying to figure out if there's any way for him to kill.
Kill Unkar.
Yeah.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, not quite. Even if he tried to claim with the other thing. But this is a discard to reroll. Oh, yeah. So maybe if he rolls a melee side here, he can, maybe deal. No, it didn't matter. But he could have dealt, 3 damage and then claimed for another 3 damage.
Well, he could have just hit the +2, so he could have done the 6 straight up to Unkar.
Pretty slow.
Overriding with a holdup. Interesting. Cost down there.
That's the beauty of the Uncard deck, right? Like with the upgrades that you play, it doesn't really matter what sides. You roll a modifier side for a ranged, and then you can just pitch it to Uncard. So I know action cheating is a thing, but like just the fact that you can reuse Uncard Plut's ability and as many times as you have dice, it's very, very strong.
Well, the thing is that the best card is destroying stun, and then he's like 2 red, and there's already
2 more damage that he has more than enough money to play for.
right now.
And again, he hasn't even rolled out hasn't rolled out FN yet.
He manipulates that the damage away there.
So I think this is John thinking to overwrite with the baton. Yep. Yeah, throw that. Oh, rocket launcher this time. And unfortunately rolls a blank. Maybe he's gonna overwrite the Gaffy stick.
What did he do there?
So what was that? Was that a claim?
No. He removed the vibro knife and set the Vader die to a special.
Oh, he used meditate. That's how he did it.
Okay, then.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
Oh yeah. Okay, so before you have
So specials, Uncard, and then claims to.
Yep.
But I mean, doing 2 damage to yourself in the process is not helping your case. But at least he can kill Uncard. I think that's all he's thinking
Yeah.
about now.
This is a moral victory here. Is what he's trying to go for.
John is just going to claim.
Yeah. All he has to do is claim here, right? Well.
No.
No.
It wouldn't have been enough to kill him. It
Yeah.
just would have been.
7, 8, 9. No, that wouldn't be enough to kill him.
No, it wouldn't have been. You're right. I'm just saying to take away the ability to kill Uncard.
Yeah, and then he just deals much damage. Okay, so that's actually a quick game on Unkar's part, taking apart the Emo Kids deck. Now, Travis, I don't know if you noticed something in the last 3 games that we had on stream, but
Well, I noticed you haven't put any Pomaz on screen.
yeah, exactly. Which is not to say that there aren't any Pomazes.
But we're going to the top cut, so that will change
So
soon.
the top table going into this last round was a Pomaz deck piloted by John Chan, who is a top finisher in almost every tournament that he goes to. His opponent, I forget his name,
Not
but
every tournament.
well, no, but he does place very high. He
Yes.
was the Imperial Assault Nationals winner last year.
He is the current rating Canadian champ for Imperial Assault.
Yeah, so he might be defending his title sometime later this year. But anyway, he was at table 1. His opponent was playing Palpatine, which I'm actually surprised, at least in Toronto, to see make it to table 1. So both those players, I think both those players were undefeated going into this round. So I think regardless of who wins or who loses, they will both be making the top 8 cut. Not sure if there's going to be a small break before the top cut, but I think we are going to take a short break and we will be back with top 8
Yeah.
of the
We'll update the time on the break screen if it ends up being different than going right after this round. But either way, we'll see you in a little bit.
next.
That's not the right thing. What time is it? Yeah. Well, there's like 15 minutes left now.
Yeah.
And then.
Then like 10-15 minutes to announce the prizes and everything.
There's one way.
Okay. Oh, sorry. All right, hello and welcome back to the Star Wars Destiny Store Championship from Face to Face Games here in Toronto. This is VTTV. I'm Travis.
And I'm Shane.
And yeah, we're here with the first round from the quarterfinals, so top 8 cut. We have Palpatine deck up against Mark Chan's Unkar FN Royal Guard deck that we saw a little bit earlier on stream. I think he won on stream earlier.
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup, actually. I'm thinking about who I would think is favorite here. I like the health of the 3-character deck, plus the Guardian is going to do a lot of work against, or at least until he dies, until Palpatine, because he's going to avoid having that extra 2 damage on any time he rolls range special, so that's huge. But Palpatine's going to claim every time, so he's going to have an effective health. It's 20 plus. He gets off a Rise Again, but Unkar can disrupt. So I think it's a pretty even matchup personally, because Palpatine can burn down FN, who's the damage dealer, fairly quickly if he gets a No Mercy or something like that.
Yeah.
But Unkar can really screw up Palp's plans. So I think we're in for a really good game here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So Palp chose the battlefield, makes sense. Docking Bay is not going to do much for him. Gets a 4-speed. Oh, Imperial Inspection.
Yeah, no 4-speed.
Imperial Inspection will have some effect. It'll slow down Palp essentially, but not so slow that it matters.
Right.
Because he's just going to holocron into big stuff.
Or Rise Again into big stuff.
Or Rise Again into big stuff. Big stuff is, I think, the theme here.
Yeah.
But he can roll out. He could get that focus, which would help a lot. So kind of free control.
We have a Hold Up Blaster in play here.
Rolls a blank, always sad for FN. Gets the disrupt. Oh, pops, yep. Gets rid of the focus, which is pretty big.
Wow, this is like crazy tokens on Franco's side.
Yeah. So he resolves the 2 shields. Good play.
Yep.
Takes
Some
2 damage
Royal
to
Guards in
shields.
front of him.
Yeah.
Just disrupt one of those resources.
Yeah, try to keep him off the Rise Again as long as possible, which I think is a really, really good idea. I think it's pretty key in this matchup. First speed goes down, he's got the time. Still 2 characters to roll in.
Depends on low places. Goodbye Rejuvenate.
It's good, it's good. Probably would have been a reroll this turn if necessary, but Palpatine's not a big reroller. No. Take what you get, do your 2 damage, and move on. Interesting. So he rolls in the Royal Guard, giving up his ability to Guardian the range damage if it comes up on the. See, he could have Guardian that. I mean, I can see you. Oh, he's holding the Boundless Ambition. I'm not sure of that. Okay, so he's running the confiscation. I wonder if he's running Prize Possession. Sometimes you see that.
He is running both Prize Possession and Crime Lord.
And Crime Lord. Oh, wow. Okay, so I think this does. Okay, I didn't know that. So I think it does favor the 3-character deck.
Yeah, so in one of the matches from last week's Store Championship, he prized possession one of Palpatine's dice and then finished him off with Crime Lord. So
rude. Harsh.
It was, yeah. I think he just could have done the damage and finished him off that way, but he wanted to.
So he takes Unkar over 3 shields. Good play. Oh, he saw what was in his hand. Yeah, that makes total sense. He saw his hand once the holocron was gone in the 4-speed, which might have been a play to keep those in your hand.
Mark also goes very heavily on the Unkar.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I mean, a counterplay could have been to hold those 2 0-cost cards. Yeah. You try to deny 3 resources from your opponent, which sometimes
yeah,
makes sense.
but you do want to be able to stay first player. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Actually,
No.
In this particular case, it would have been okay.
Because when he Unkars, you claim. Overwriting with an IQA. IQA and FN is always usually a disappointment on the roll-in, but not that time. It's the side he can use.
Well, I mean, he can use most of the sides, right? So there's only one side. There's only 2 sides.
That's true. There's 2 sides that are bad. That's true. It's going to immediately be replaced by Flamethrower. We're seeing some Unkar dance here. I mean, FN dance. Oh, hot with the FM dice. That's 4 damage out of nowhere. Knucklers are coming in. This could be another 3. Dice Tower. No.
Nope, nothing this time.
Okay. Wow. Gets the lightsaber. Blank. finally stops the ambushes.
Well, this could be a problem here.
Oh, wait, Boundless Ambition. Sorry, it's the end of the turn. Sorry.
Yes. So if he's not careful, like those discard sides on Palpatine can add up.
They can. I agree. I think he's through 10 cards, right? I mean, it's early. He can start playing conservatively.
But I mean, he doesn't have. He's got one upgrade there. Like he can't play that conservatively. He needs to get more damage.
And he could also be just digging for the prize possession, and like it's a way of digging, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But yes, I do agree with you that keep piling on your cards like that. But yep, eats the 2 this time. Nice move. So I mean, so we're looking at 2 damage to 5 in total, which is, Palpatine needs a lot more because his life is half, slightly more than half.
Uses the special. Uses both specials. So he has 2 actions now and a force push that he pays to roll in.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
See that? I think against FN you take that.
You take the discard. It's going to be damage.
Yep, exactly. Take the discard. Yeah, there you go.
Is it in like the top?
Oh, that's one of the prize possessions. Okay.
Because he was sitting on 4.
Yep.
That's huge.
Wait.
Does he have the other one in his hand though?
No. Oh, no, I think that's oh, he does have the other one in his hand. Well, that is... So
That is
yes.
unfortunate.
So at least he gets to keep 1 Palp dice.
No, not the one he just rolled for 3 damage though.
Yeah.
Oh. This is the first round of the top 8, Matt. So we'll have a few more matches after this one.
Right, and he wisely puts it on the 11 health character who hasn't taken any damage, who I'd imagine is going to become the target at this point.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough.
That losing that dice, this is round 2, right?
Yep. It's huge. It's a huge swing. I mean, Prime Possession and Crime Lord make this an Ankar helpful matchup, for sure. I think he needs a No Mercy. I think he needs a No Mercy and a damage side to really try to even this up.
Yeah.
But, Ankar's still going to be just making super cash while he's trying to get rid of FN. Oh, hits the... Wow, $2, loses the No Mercy. Which wasn't helpful this round, but definitely was key next round. So Mark, who's been playing this 3 Show Champions worth, I think? Ships worth?
Yeah, I don't know what he played at X Planet, but he was playing... I don't know if it was exactly the same, but pretty close to the set last week.
Yeah, and X Planet I think is this one too. He well, you can see the power of FN's ability. I mean, he's rightful to go hard on it. He's gotten 9 resources worth of upgrades.
Looks like he's got a Force Illusion and a Force Lightning, so he's got some damage mitigation.
He's significantly ahead of even Holocron shenanigans for resources.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's a good roll.
Wait, I'm sure he must. Is the any mitigation in his hand? No, I see a Boundless, a Vibro Knife, and Friends in Low Places, and one other card I can't tell. So that 3 might go through.
Like $30-something.
Are they doing best of 1 or best of 3? Okay, best of 1. Okay, I just was confirming we're doing best of 1 for the top cut. That's what the basic structure does suggest. We did add an extra round of the top cut just so that we wouldn't have some 4-on-1s that wouldn't make it, which happened last week and was pretty frustrating to some players who lost out and had no control of their destiny.
Yeah.
Same thing happened this week for some 3 and 2s, but they can control their destiny by that 4th win.
So the Holocron's has been the bright spot so far for so he has no blank to remove, so he might wait. He should probably wait for the roll, but he can resolve. Wow, both of those specials he should just wait because he can use them for control. And he's got all the time in the world. Wow, so Holocron has been the bright spot for Palpatine for sure. That's going to be how he does damage.
Plays high ground.
Gets points damage off on the.
So remember what high ground does again?
It removes a damage die, either ranged or melee, and does 1 damage to the character if it's a character dice. Okay. But you have to be control the battlefield, which I'm pretty sure we'll
Palpatine is going to
have for the entire game. Pretty close. 1 die Palpatine. He's not even Elite Palpatine. Is he the Emperor still? Or is he just like a Duke at best?
I don't know. Force lightning, force push. I think he's just still looking pretty.
I bet you he's breathing pretty, little bit of a sigh of relief that he has the other prize possession in the discard, not waiting to come.
Yeah. The question is,
Really good roll on FN. Expensive, but 5 damage. Yeah, he can blank both sides. Well, okay. This is the awesome combo. You can blank a side, and then with the other special, to re-roll the force lightning and do a damage.
so I think we had 25 people in the tournament today.
Yes. No, 24. Somebody registered but didn't come.
Okay. We actually had a lot of pre-registration today, face-to-face. Had a really good deal. The entry to the tournament was free. They are also putting $10 in the prize pool for every player that registered. So I think there's, in addition to the Store Championship kit, there's also a box of Spirit of the Rebellion up for grabs. So thank you to Face for being so generous and hosting the tournament. They do offer singles, Saga sets, boxes online at their eBay store as well as through their website. So you can check them out. I believe it's face2facegames.com if you want to learn more.
So Palpatine just did a really powerful play of the blanking 2 dice, removing 1, do a damage to kill the roll guard, and then re-rolled it into 2 damage. Now, Unkar countered with his big pile of cash to pop the Force Lightning back to his hand to save the 2. Now, there's still Holocron in play, so it's not as painful as it could be against a non-Holocron packing deck. That might probably just going to come back for 0.
Well, their question is like, I don't know.
Unkar gets the claim. Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess with no dice. And he must have passed. I think Palpatine. Oh no, he played Holocron after the.
Yeah, I don't know. There's also the Force Illusion in Franco's hand that he may want to consider at some point here.
Right. Yeah, he might try to. He's not that much trouble. So he might try to Holocron a bit, and then overwrite the Force Speed. Force Speed's not that necessary.
Sorry. Yeah, I got distracted talking about face-to-face and the number of people in the tournament, and I didn't even notice Railguard by the desk.
FN does not need money, or FN Unkar.
How's he going to pay for his Crime Lord if he doesn't get more money?
So he doesn't re-roll the. Yes, that's true. He doesn't re-roll the Ride Control Baton, which surprises me a little bit since he had the option to go for some damage.
Chooses to
money up.
Yeah, maybe he does have that.
Well, I mean, he also has the potential to claim, which I don't know if it helps him that much, but he could. That's a 2 damage swing. Another Holocron special. It's Holocron special every round. He's had it out. Impressive.
So, rewrite Survivor Knife with another one. He doesn't have a lot of cards left.
But he gets a he doesn't like you, which is a lot of play. Okay, he's sick of the Holocron specials.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he really doesn't, eh? What's that, 5 in his stack? That's huge. Like, that Boundless is maybe not the best.
No, I would be a mistake to play that.
Okay, he's got the upgrades now to just
There's
do
1
power
damage on
through.
Palpatine right now.
Yeah.
So so in those 4 cards is going to be that Crime Lord.
Yeah, that's true.
If he can get enough resources.
Yeah. It's interesting, yes. Is that his out right now?
I think it might be, because there's no damage on Palpatine. There's 1 damage on Palpatine.
So he needs 9 resources to pull that off. So spending for the Hollow Buster, I can see it. Maybe he's trying to attract attention.
So use the Imperial Accession to bounce the Force Speed.
Yeah, I would think an Unkar ability is coming here. Oh, he's spending to get the 4 out of hand. He just fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Because now he's probably got a hand of 0s, 1s and 0s. Okay, gets the Force Speed, which wasn't going to be played.
He doesn't care anymore about the Force Speed anymore, anyways.
He is kitted up, and he's also. So this game swung pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how because the money situations are not really there for the Crime Lord yet. And Palpatine is capable of a lot of damage at this point. Like with a couple rerolls, he could be doing 10 damage to those 2 characters. Hey, not a special. And we're through. Interesting. Price of failure in the Unkar. I guess you want to just do it on FN when he's fully loaded. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Does what?
No, you do it on the Guardian before he was going to bite it.
I mean to ready FN.
Yeah, sure.
Rerolls. Overwrites with a redeploy. Good. Oh yeah. See the Control Baton do that a lot. Oh.
No mercy. Ooh.
So he's
6 damage.
6 damage. Take FN up to 8.
And then he's gonna have to deal another 2 to someone.
Yeah. And to Unkar. I guess he's
because he's not afraid. He's not afraid of getting killed. He's afraid of
Yeah.
getting Crime Lord.
yeah. Fair enough. That's true. And yeah, that's one more damage he can do from the special. So he's got at least one more damage on board. Plus, it's just a bad spot when
No,
it's.
it's got one more damage in a reroll. Unless he gets the reroll.
he's got to
that
get rid of
baton.
that. Yep, good point. You should really re-roll that baton. It seems weird, especially when you're low on cards.
Yeah, so he does. Nope. Oh yeah, he does.
Getting a little
Anything to
close.
do?
Oh, blanket. Well, you can always blanket and do the damage.
No, but no. Oh, he could do both.
Yeah, he didn't want to. I don't know why.
No. I don't think he realized. I don't think he thought
He didn't-
about doing both.
Although he did the play earlier.
Yeah. So he does one more damage to Ankar.
I mean, they're both going very quickly, but he gets that way when it gets this close.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no damage on Palpatine. Which is surprising with that huge upgrades. Like, yeah. So he's got a total of 9 life.
He's got to leave that. Like, we'll go let them know about that dice in the pool if it does prove to be an issue. I don't think it'll matter in this match, but that the holocron dice should stay in the pool.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to go for some damage here.
No, he's rerolling.
But he's running out. That's what I mean. To reroll. But he's running low on cards. This will be all his cards.
Whoa! I don't know about this move.
Yeah. Well, there's the Crime Lord. There's one of Crime Lord.
Got to roll in here on card and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, he can play the
Or
Crime
maybe he
Lord.
wants to roll in the Crime Lord.
Yep. He can roll in the Crime Lord. But Ankar is so close to dying. Yeah. And I don't. Yes, he could roll in Ankar. He could Ankar something for a lot of money and get the Crime Lord special. Right?
He has no cards in his hand. Franco has no cards.
Oh, Franco has no cards. Okay, then that's not possible. So what can he do? He can Crime Lord for money. Try to pull it off next turn. Oh no, the Crime Lord got the focus. He can Ankar for money. He can get $3 off the
So
focus.
yeah, he sent the holocron back.
But
Sorry, how can he?
he focuses Ankar to +2 and the hold up blaster to 1 money.
But that,
It just gives him money for next turn, right?
yeah.
Because it's not happening this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he gets 3.
It doesn't feel like Ankar is going to survive though.
He can have 2 shields on Ankar. He might. I mean, he's running out of options, right? So he can have 3 shields on Ankar, but
But even then, it's going to be hard for him to survive even to the end of that round.
well, he doesn't survive to the end. He has to roll in, and
No, he has
he'll
to-
have $5.
Crime Lord doesn't apply until after the end of
Oh,
the
you're
round.
right.
So if he dies, or if he mills out,
Yeah.
both of those conditions apply before a Crime Lord would
No,
take
I agree with you.
effect.
Palpatine's in control here for sure. I'm just saying there is a chance of some really bad rolls on Palpatine's, and Palpatine can have 4 rerolls.
So he wants to get out there.
Oh. Okay, there's 4 damage. That's a dead Ankar, unless you can control it. And
I don't know if there is a.
Oh no, he can take a shield. He can survive. Take a shield.
How did he get 2 shields? Oh, because he took a shield.
Yeah, take a shield. Oh, he can get it. He doesn't like you. He just has to replace a weapon. But boy, he's. Oof. Give Palpak his dice. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But his cards are one Palp mil, right?
Sorry, what did he?
He ambushed
Oh, he got no. He put the. Yeah, he
the prize.
overwrite the prize possession because that die doesn't matter anymore.
just so he can. He doesn't like you. Very nice play. Very heads up play. Because it's the weapon that would give you the. It does give you more damage too. He's missing the dice. I don't know where he put it, but
Which
it
dice?
probably won't matter this round.
Which day?
The Vibe will not clutch dice. He doesn't like you, but he didn't put it back on. Ankar will live.
Crime Lord still triggers if Ankar is defeated, but if both characters are defeated, or he has no cards. So Mooman is pointing out the fact
Yeah.
Ankar dying isn't enough to prevent Crime Lord. But if both characters are dead, the
Yeah.
game is over at that point.
Or he's out of
if he
cards.
has no cards left, that happens before the Crime Lord would play.
Yeah, so he cannot
Both
play
of
that card.
those things are real possibilities. Not anymore with the mitigation of the dice, but
No, he can't roll now. It's over. There's no focuses, and he.
right. He does. Yeah. making desperation one. Oh no, he can't. Yeah, he's done.
No,
he cannot
he's
Crime
done.
Lord.
He can only lose. And he can't do 15 damage.
You're right.
Yep. That was a good game, very interesting. Palpatine takes it in the end. Crime Lord was near the bottom, third from the bottom or something.
He didn't have the money to use the Crime Lord earlier, so
You're right. I mean, to hard play Crime Lord, not ace in the hole, I don't know if Unkar could even. Because you're fielding FN at the same time. It's a tough go.
I just think he worked through his deck way too quickly. He took away his options.
Yeah, because he ended up with 0 damage on Palp, right?
I like how they brought what's
I mean, you can always just try to
Unless
live.
you use the 3 disrupt.
fire and ice.
I mean, he can get rerolls next round. He's not going to die. So you can go for another round. Right? You can just stay in the game, yeah. Like, just never reroll. Just.
He's gonna get the heal. He's gonna claim the battlefield.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about that. Because you could have done the same thing with Hunker Down, and you could have rolled an FN. And Palpatine claiming does nothing.
Yeah, he
for
had
him.
to roll FN. I don't know what. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. Like, I think he just. Oh, he wants to roll first. But if Palpatine has any control cards, it just stretches it out.
Why does rolling first help him?
So he doesn't die.
Oh, so you mean just the desperation, get the Crime Lord out, and somehow hope that he doesn't
Yeah.
get milled or
How many dual lands do you have?
hasn't hit the discard sides in the last couple
No,
times.
he has not. But, and Crime Lord just keeps getting disrupt. And well, obviously he has no control, so he's got to take the shield. If he doesn't take the shield, well, he's still going to die from the Force Lightning.
Well, it's one more action.
Yeah, one more action. I don't know what he does with this.
I don't know what he does with either. Yeah, Ernest, there were 24 players that showed up for the tournament today. I think they're starting to get, between it being the Father's Day weekend and the fact that it's the 3rd or 4th in the last couple of weeks, means the turnout's a little lower this week.
So you got to take a shield, roll an FN. Oh, you still can't get another shield. FN has 1 shield side, so yeah, you can claim and hope he rolls no other damage. No, that's still 4 damage. No, it's just nothing.
And there's a card called Sanctum Druid. Sort of ruined the day. Like, it's a creature that comes with battlefield. You name a number and get that counters, and then none of you guys can play non-nature spells with CMC of that.
All right.
So you have Fatal Push. and you
That's
can't kill that.
now 6 more damage between the 2 characters
So
that Franco needs to do.
yeah, what does he do here? He might as well disrupt. I mean, as a Hail Mary, like, I'm not going to let you get off a Rise Again kind of thing. Like, because doing the Unkar ability there's no point. He doesn't need any more money.
Well, the other thing he's going to ask himself is he really going to finish it off? Oh, I think he was.
Oh, he
thinking, was
resolve a
just kill
dice
it?
too. Yeah.
I think it was just maybe put the fatal damage.
Oh,
on.
okay. Well, now he's done. It's all his cards, so unless he can kill this turn. Let's see. Kenny, he's done 3. He needs to do. Palpatine can claim, so he needs to do 13 more damage.
10. He could. No, not with Unkar Dead.
He can't. Not with Unkar Dead, because he loses +2.
Yeah, he can do 12 with Unkar Dead.
And he doesn't want to overwrite. Yeah. I don't. It's 4, 3, 3, 10, 12. He can do 12.
Yeah, that's
Which would
why
be
it was
amazing.
1 short, right?
Yeah. Yep, he's 1 short. Well, and an amazing roll. Like the most amazing roll of all time.
Reroll some of them.
But he has no cards.
No,
Well,
they're-
well, that's not even big enough.
yeah, you got to reroll.
You have to reroll the
them.
2.
Okay.
I guess get it damage, right?
I mean, that's what, 10? It's still not bad. No, it's not 10. It's 8.
It's 7.
8.
Oh, 8, and he did 3 with, so to go from 0 to 11 is pretty good. In a turn, he just needed it a lot earlier.
I don't know that he needed to worry about killing Unkar yet. I think he might have. I guess there ended up being no blank, so it wouldn't have helped.
Yeah.
But he could have used his Force Lightning.
Oh, he's even got that force push special. It's just been doing work.
It has been doing a ton of
Actually,
work.
even the God roll wouldn't work.
He should have saved the Force Lightning because there was nothing really that Unkar could do.
And the force push put it out of reach. Okay.
That was a fun match.
Yeah.
Interesting to see I would have kind of given the edge to Mark's deck here, but Franco managed to pull it out.
Yeah, especially with the prize position coming down so early.
Yep. So that's it for this quarterfinal match. We'll be back with the semifinals in probably around 15 minutes or so, and we'll see you then.
Don't like it. Also, Michael, you know, this is like you're in clear PR draft. Let's get you guys pants. Come on out. Half of miracles.
We don't have the top 8 split, eh?
The top 8, like what were the decks?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're back live now, so we can talk about that actually. So we have here in the. Sorry, one second.
We're just wondering about the top 8 split on decks. The top 4 would be 2 Unkars, a Pomaz, and another deck that I'm not aware of. Oh, we got the top. Yeah, so we'll go.
Yeah, 2 Unkars, Pomaz, and Palp.
Okay, so we're going. Yeah, and Palp. We're going into the top 4 here, and as Travis was just mentioning, top 4 consists of 2 Unkar FN First Order Trooper decks that you'll be seeing facing off today. Should be a lot of Unkaring. So it'll really come down to who makes more money from that, I think, to be able to play more weapons on FN to do more damage.
So you tell me there's only one Pomaz in the top 4?
There's only one Pomaz. There's only 3 on the day.
Easy. Oh yeah, but one of them is piloted by John Chen, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So he made it. He's going to be playing off against Franco, who you saw on camera last round.
Yeah.
So Palpatine, Maz, 2 Unkar decks. This is definitely the new hotness now.
Well, the other 3 decks are all decks that are touted as being like good against Pomaz. I would say at best they have 50% win chance, but it's still better than everyone else. So you see Pomaz and you see the Pomaz kind of counters in the top 4 here. But this one should be really interesting. Obviously we're going to see a lot of weapons on FN. We're going to see a lot of things cheating out in terms of that way.
Now I don't know if I've quite seen a mirror match yet. So
I don't
what do
see
you
it
think,
often.
Yeah. What do you think? Would this proper strategy, like who, for example, would you want to go after first if you're playing against a mirror?
That's an interesting question. It's either Unkar or FN. I think it's almost always FN.
Really?
Unless, because even if Unkar gets down his Imperial Inspection and his salvage stand, you're not as vulnerable as other decks would be to
Yeah,
them.
because you can just make the money back with Unkar.
Yeah, because usually people would only kill Unkar if they're vulnerable to the Imperial Inspection.
Right.
But in the other one decks, they all have 2 cost upgrades, but they can overwrite them very easily. So I would think FN is, because when FN goes down, there'll be very little damage dealt after that.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, like maybe you try to mill them out or something. But unlike Mark's deck, which we saw on camera last time, I don't think either of these versions are running Crime Lord.
Yeah.
Nor should they. Right? They're
They're spending all their
basically
money
trying to finish
on
with damage.
web upgrades for FN. So he's looking through. I would think he's going to go for the He Doesn't Like You, but he could take the Electroshock. I mean, because that's just cheaper in a money battle. Because you play the Electroshock, then you can't play the Gaffy Stick, etc., right?
Ernest, we have 1 Pomaz in the top 4. So that player is playing against Franco, who was on stream last round. Franco is playing Palpatine, so Palpatine, of course, was an answer to the prevalence of Pomaz at the very beginning of this format. So we're going to see how that shakes out. In the meantime, we will definitely see a Unkar FN Trooper deck in the finals here.
Yeah.
It's a question.
And Toronto has had 2 Pomaz store champions so far. So Mark's a nice guy, but I'm not rooting for him. So we'll see what Palp can do. We'll see if Palp is in fact. Okay. So they both spent 2 cost upgrades, rolled them in. Gaffy Stick was not resolvable, but okay. So far, John's Pomaz is doing better. He got $1 off of it at least. Ambush action? What's Sean
I think
gonna
his
do?
Pomaz is doing worse. I mean, that's the worst
He's on card?
version of a Pomaz past deck I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
It's
He's got
guys,
Pomaz on the brain. You keep saying
he's gonna do some he's gonna do some Mission Impossible thing, and Unkar is gonna take off his mask and pose there.
What do you think of Holdout Blaster? Generally, when you throw stuff on FN, right, you're just generally ramping up to what I'm assuming the end game is. You're
control
putting
baton.
rocket launchers and riot control batons on. So usually,
want
I guess the
redeploys.
Holdout. Yeah, I guess it's good because the 2 and the +2 sides on the Holdout Blaster you can combine with Unkar to
Yeah,
do some
with almost
discards
all
and
weapons, you just look at, okay, what can I resolve, right?
Yeah.
When he gets richer, he can resolve 4 of those sides, which makes it a very good FN weapon.
right.
Like, Riot Control Baton, obviously incredible. It's like the best. Barrel Knuckles is quite good. Rocket Launchers can be annoying, but also pretty good. It's 2 blanks. It's a problem. Okay, so FN's coming in. The other FN is still lurking. He's trying to get away to... So I think what Dominic's trying to do is he wants to get rid of that 2 for $1 through Unkar's ability. So he really wanted something on the trooper
die, yeah.
So he might re-roll it and use Unkar's ability to get the dice back. So John's position is looking pretty good. He's got the $1 to resolve to 3, which is really nice. He's got shields. He's got focus for the. So he could do 5 damage if he wanted. Pick up $1.
What is
and get a
that
shield.
last card in John's hand, though? There's the thing he was looking for.
Gaffy
It is
stick.
a Gaffy stick. So that's going to be a $2 swing for Dominic. If he does resolve the Unkar ability, which you're saying that he will.
He might, or he might choose to do the damage. Because he just wants to get that Gaffy stick back on FN. So he's got 2 choices. He has seen the hand, so he knows what's in it. So I would use the Unkar ability myself, because not that John needs a reroll, but stop the reroll, stop the play. So we see a focus into 2 disrupt. Interesting. So if he uses the Unkar ability, he'll just get disrupted. He saved himself 2 damage on that focus though, so I don't think that's a bad trade. And you're going to get a 1 mil. So at this point in the game where the 2 damage isn't super important, I would still use the Unkar ability on it. But, 2 damage isn't terrible. It's also 2 actions though. Neither has anything to really use with Mos Eisley Spaceport. No, so he's going that way. Taking $1.
Oh, but he had the disrupt side showing. I mean, maybe that wasn't such a good.
Well, the other thing to think about, because FM's still going to roll in,
Right.
so he still might get the stick if John doesn't throw it away.
Electroshock.
Gets the electroshock, the $1.
Yeah, I'm not sure how relevant those sorts of die removal things are in this game because the dice just keep.
That's what he's doing. I didn't know. So FN's already got his best tool.
Yep.
He's got the riot control baton, which hopefully he'll get 2 shots at. Another shot. Nope. Classic riot control baton.
So let me ask you something. I mean, you seem to be better at math than I am. Like, what are the odds? Like, how consistent is a riot control baton with the reroll?
No, it should be 1 in 9 on the blank. Because you re-roll and you have a 2/3 chance of not getting a blank, and then another 2/3 chance of not getting a blank. So you're really 4 for. You're really 1 in 9. It really should be 1 in 9. I'm sorry, the description of that was bad, but it should be 1 in 9 on a blank.
So it's worse chance than rolling an 8-sided die.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
He forgot to roll an FN. Which is something FN players will do.
Yeah, because you spend
You
all
do
that
so
time,
many
like,
things, and
rolling
you see an
stuff,
FN
yeah.
pool dice.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually roll an FN. Oh, he claimed. He wanted the claim. Which I find interesting, because FN could do something. He had no cards in hand, but I guess they valued that higher. But when you play Riot Control Baton, it sure feels like more than 1/9.
Okay, so here's a Friends in Low Places. Friends in Low Places, I just don't really feel like... I would rather not spend maybe the action using that in a severe matchup, because your opponent's hand is going to be basically full of either supports or upgrades.
Yes.
Yeah, and...
Well, you just want to know so you can watch, and you know what you're going to get from your Unkar ability, right?
But, I mean... The counterpoint to that is that you could have just saved that for a reroll, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's not, but this is mainly what you're using it for, because this doesn't have like big burst damage. So it's not like you're re-rolling, looking for a base and a lot of modifiers.
Yep.
So you don't worry about mitigation that much.
We'll see, okay. As you say that, right?
Well, there's no feels your anger, so.
Yeah. Okay,
Oof.
so then John rolls, and he has the Imperial Inspection, and of course there's nothing on
Nothing
on Dominic's side. He's
Dominic
just-
needs an Imperial Inspection because it can actually do some damage.
Yeah, Imperial
But
Inspection.
John
is
has
used.
2 cards to overwrite those. But he's taking away his redeploys, which is,
I tell you, those stormtroopers and the Unkar and the FN are all alt arts created by Starkiller Base, John Gobet, the player on the right. I think he gives them away through his Patreon. So if you go to his YouTube page, I'm pretty sure he has all the details on how to sign up for his Patreon and all that. Yeah, they are some pretty really good.
he does that, and then local tournaments,
he'll give them away too for local tournaments. Yeah. Okay, so that's was that an FN resolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have got $3 there, maybe. Or no, that was just the disrupt, right?
Disrupt.
Yeah.
He just disrupted,
Yeah.
which is good. It's a really disrupt is valuable in this matchup, and a lot of others it isn't. But here, it's one of the decks for it.
Well, there you can see, right? He just rolled a three melee for 1 resource. I mean, of course, Unkar does have that resource,
Yes.
but then John has the disrupt
Well,
for it. as well.
I think, he knows what's in John's hand, so I think it'd be a good opportunity to Unkar. Use that 3 dice for an Unkar. Okay, he switches out the rocket launcher, so yeah, okay. So he lost his opportunity to Unkar. Anything valuable. It's going to resolve 2 damage to 2 characters. Very nice. Yeah, so John's setup is starting to gather some steam. I mean, a lot of unfortunate blanks.
Yeah.
And the disrupts have
I
done
think
a lot of damage.
I think an Imperial Inspection earlier on, perhaps if Dominic had drawn that, would have turned things a lot better for him.
He's going to Unkar to the Vibro Knife. $2 is $2.
Now, did Dominic remember to put 2? Oh, he got rid of the 2 shields on FN, was it?
Yes.
That's how he did the 2
Yeah.
damage. Okay. So John's FN rolls out. I don't think he has any money.
Oh, he can
on it.
Imperial Inspection nothing, but he can the disrupt just useful
Yep.
because he can take away all his money again. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's first order trooper roll in, save some cards for reroll. I don't know. Is that inspection in his hand? No.
No,
Oh,
it's like some other. It might be the best defense, I think. Oh no, it is.
Think about the end one, because I'm surprised he rolled in Unkar without playing
So
it.
Dominic says that he doesn't like running like netless. This might be an exception though.
So
Usually
interesting. He rolled in Unkar, and it looks like he had both a salvage stand and an Imperial Inspection. Which seems weird. Like those seem like auto plays. It's your first 2 actions.
Yeah, it's weird that he played the he doesn't like you, but he didn't decide to play. Not that he doesn't like you, but he plays it now. But he
plays
played
Friends in
Friends in
Low
Low
Places.
Places before playing the other 2 things. I think maybe he didn't realize that he could have bounced all that stuff on FN before he replaced it with a rocket launcher.
So we have no money versus no money. Unkars are doing a good job countering each other. Money, but 7 cost upgrades for John and only 3 for Dominic, and Dominic has 2 damage so far. So I think John's got the lead, if only slightly. He's probably going to get a little bit more damage here with the trooper. He'll either roll in damage or roll in money. Dominic's got 2 0-cost cards in his hand. So that might be why he didn't play them. Because if Unkar is not going to get anything here,
Right,
he's going to Unkar. Why did he get 2 actions? Oh, Dominic
Passed or claimed.
without taking the dollar or rolling in the first order stormtrooper.
Yeah, I noticed he did that last round too. It's really weird.
Really, it's really early claims. Interesting. I'm a little perplexed by that. I mean, giving up a dollar at a minimum is not great because you can play a 3-cost upgrade next round. And I mean, going first is not that helpful in this matchup.
Yeah. So still a little bit of a slap fight, I think. It's a gaffy stick. That might be a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be looking for what?
Gets to disrupt.
Oh, he does get to.
But he doesn't have
check the
his
money
Imperial
a little.
Inspection.
Yeah, and he didn't play the Imperial Inspection.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know. Okay, he doesn't get punished because he doesn't
Now,
have any money for
John,
the salvage.
is John going to remember this? Oh, he doesn't have any money
Yeah.
for salvage stand. Yep. It's true. Maybe he was more worried about that.
Okay, so that's a
One
replace
right.
of the right baton there.
That's harsh because you really want 2 riot control batons.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's something you want to overwrite.
Yeah.
And you don't really need to push through damage, unless, of course, he's trying to Unkar here to get.
Oh, okay. Friends in Low Places.
It's a whiff, though.
So 2 Imperial Inspections. Yeah. No, it was Friends in Low Places. He's just,
No, that's
oh,
what
it's
I
a
mean.
whiff.
It was a
too.
whiff
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the Friends.
But now
in
he
Low
knows,
Places.
like, if he plays out those Imperial Inspections, he'll Unkar them right away, right? So he's actually keeping it.
Yeah, so here's that Unkar activation, maybe trying to get some money.
Nice.
Hits it.
So like, yeah, I think I bought 3.
Lucas, why do their supposed to be aggro FN decks deal no damage? I think it's because I think Dominic and John have been just trading Unkar activation. There's another
Pretty much,
3
yeah.
jackpot
That's
by
why.
John.
I mean, there's been some control cards dealt.
Yeah, so control cards and just choking the opponent's resources so that, you know, a lot of these sides in these Unkar decks have pay sides, so
Yeah.
I think they're just not able to
And
resolve
as
them.
we've been mentioning, Dominic could have got some damage in, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But he's claimed early twice,
Yep.
which is, you know, so there should be a couple more points of damage, but I agree, it's like turn 4 and 2 points of damage done.
Man, I feel like if Unkar mirrors are going to be common, like loose ends is definitely going to be a card. I think that's
Could be, yep.
It's going to see some play.
So IQA comes in, so got some pretty loaded up FNs, so
Nice one.
how FN rolls is going to be basically the rest of this game.
Yeah.
How these loaded FNs roll.
Yep. So John there decided he wanted to change targets, decided that FN was now the bigger threat instead of Unkar. I think that's the right move too.
Definitely can do it. Because with some decent rolls, he could,
Yeah.
well, either kill FN if he's very lucky, or at least put him very close. And I don't think.
See that there's an opportunity wasted for Imperial Inspection.
yeah. Which is weird. He didn't put it down again, and he lost the 3-cost card. He's got 2 zeros.
He might have thought that if he played the Imperial Inspection, John would just respond by overwriting his Gaffy stick with a 3-cost, so he might not have thought it was worth it. But, still anything that pressures your opponent into making a decision that wasn't part of
So
their
interesting
plan.
play. Not something you see every day. He flanked a +2 money with no base money. And he's not rolling First Order Stormtrooper again to...
Is he just forgetting, perhaps?
I mean, speed-wise, but you want to... It's got 2 blank sides, so you want to re-roll that thing.
Oh, this is just a decent roll here, though.
Solid roll.
Yeah. And he's got the money.
Got the money to pay for it. Yeah, I think you're right, Lucas. I mean, 3-character decks, right? They need so much control to handle Pomaz and other splash damage.
Yep.
So
is Ephasma Guavian Trooper actually like a thing now?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Lucas is mentioning we had one on stream.
we had one on stream. Oh, I think it's a good deck, but there is a not named deck right now that is just holds down most 3-character decks. Like it oppresses all 3-character decks, right?
Yeah,
Thermal and U-Wing.
Because your three characters are just going to be like low health, and so
just feeding into it.
U-Wings and all that.
But no, if it wasn't for that, then Ephasma Trooper would be strong. Really, Guavian Trooper, because Ephasma Bala Trooper used to be very strong.
Yeah, and then I guess because of the Pomaz stuff, that's when it just went away, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it didn't get a lot in the set that other decks got, so.
Also, I don't think it turned out to be as consistent as Vader Raider in the end.
Oh no, especially not because Vader Raider got things. So Dominic's rolls have been somewhat subpar. I mean, in comparison, because we're looking at 2, 6, 7 damage on the. I mean, if you can come up with $1.
Yeah, he's not getting the damage he needs.
Yeah.
So there's the Unkar activation,
Unkars
starting
again.
Glamour Knife, more
But
money.
he basically he's got 1 card for reroll. That's not bad. Okay, he gets Disrupt.
And now let's see if Dominic remembers he's got a 3rd character.
Yes,
that he can
please
activate.
roll in that Trooper, for God's sakes. The
It's
Trooper
right in
wants
the
to get
center
in.
of the board. You think it's because it's an alternate art card that he's
I don't
probably
know.
forgetting?
It's like it's back in the drudge work days, so all he ever did was drudge work, but...
Yeah.
Nope.
Has become a mini game now. Okay, so he does get two melee side, and that's 2 unblockable. Yep, for FN. So FN sitting at 4 damage, and what is this? He's going to deal 2 to FN. So that's the first 2 damage on John. So John sitting in a very comfortable position right now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dominic's already just a little over half health
He
left.
claimed again. He could have got the shield.
Dominic.
He picks up...
Let's see if Dominic ever wants to play with alt arts ever again. I mean, if there's something, chat, that we're missing, why he's not activating that First Order Stormtrooper, I would love to hear it.
I mean, he gets to claim. He
Yeah.
can save himself from Imperial Inspection. I can see that. But he could just overwrite it just as easily.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't get it. Like, that was a net 1 credit loss.
Alright, so $4 on Dominic's side.
Yeah. Well, now
Starts with a holdout blaster with the ambush and the roll in. Okay.
Can't resolve?
Nope, can't resolve it. But
So
you can
overwrite
use
it.
that for Unkar.
Overwrite it as soon as you can. Or
Yeah, and overwrite it before the disrupt comes,
Yeah.
because now now FN has a disrupt side.
Yeah.
With his,
so
no.
it could be just a 2 credit loss.
Okay, no, he might realize his mistake here.
Does he have anything to override it with? Is the interesting question.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean,
he has the money to do it if he needed to.
yeah,
There's a
there you
Viber
go.
Knuckles.
Good.
That's
a very good
what-
one. Because the mill side is actually really nice
So
in
now,
this matchup.
FN's upgrades are Imperial Inspection proof, and here's the rollout.
Yep.
Oh, I think you pay the money here. Just
Pay
discard
the
some
money for
cards,
1
yeah.
extra.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. The money's pretty valuable to you.
Nah, you can get it back anytime. That's fine.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, best defense. That's good.
Gaffy stick.
Last Gaffy stick. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, when that FN rolls in, it's just gonna be monster damage. That's true.
Yeah.
You save yourself a reroll too, but
All right. So now here's John. John's like, Here, hey, remember you've got this character.
Look at me roll in this first order too.
Okay,
Okay, he gets a blank a lot,
Yeah. Okay, so 2 focus. That's a really good side.
but 1 focus and 2
Oh, focus. My bad. Yeah, he does.
Again, the gaffy stick would have been back in the hand.
So many times. His gaffy stack's got 9 lives.
I think the inspections are all in the bin anyway.
Yeah.
At this point, they were all re-rolled. So John's thinking about, uncarring. Yeah, he gets rid of it.
So you just you do that because just more of the sides are relevant on the.
Well, you do that, but he also wanted the 3 cost out of his hand. Now, from what I can see in his hand, he's got
Right.
2 1 costs. Plus, you get a free dice. Like it's not a bad, unless you're running low on cards. It's a great thing. So he just did 3 damage, right?
Nice. Is it
And
3
now
damage
he's-
or 1 damage to each? Of
1
three
damage to each.
characters? Yeah.
1 damage to each, but he's. Ankar's life doesn't matter a whole lot because once the other 2 are dead, Ankar's dead.
Yep. 1 quarter
$1
potion discarded from Unkar's ability there.
Card I do not
$1
like.
back.
I
Yeah,
don't
I-
understand. If you have lots of other decent control cards, I don't know why people put that in there.
I
but-
think the European national champion, they were just trying to put in as many like removal
Pomaz.
cards that didn't require
Yeah.
your own dice being rolled
Yeah.
into the pool, right? So yeah,
I mean,
Pomaz, exactly.
you have the money to pay for it, but
yeah.
in a lot of matchups, giving him $1 is rough. It's going to cost you.
Okay, so
You have a lot of disrupt,
yeah.
so giving him $1 is not terrible. But you see it in like Django decks and stuff.
There's a build your own thermal detonator on the table right there. So 2 damage to each of 2 characters, 1 damage to each of 3 characters. Discard to reroll Unkar's 1 die. Sorry, no, that was a Vibro Knuckler die.
Yeah, Vibro Knuckler. Yep.
Oh, he overwrote. Okay, let's see if he remembers the ambush.
Just gets an ambush.
Yeah. Ambushes, like, Vibro Knucklers, I always forget has ambush. I don't know, I think it's because I'm so used to gray cards having ambush on them. Hold up blasters and 5 events and all that stuff.
Well, DL44. It's like a
Yeah, that's DL44?
Yeah.
Oh, the yellow one?
Hans. So, yeah, that Riot Control Bond on. Oh, no, that was FN. Okay. So Riot Control Bond does come up nicely this
Okay,
time.
here's 1 damage.
Another, man, Flamethrower doing work.
And now
did 6 damage with
the
that
rocket
flamethrower.
launcher. So both on FN and Unkar Plet. So that means Unkar is sitting at 6 damage. FN only has 2 health left.
Oh, well, he's going to die next turn. Next action. he's
Oh,
done.
that, yep.
Yeah.
And I think he realizes that, so it just does what he can. So there goes FN. FN's down. Dominic, do not forget the redeploy.
And this is where you
On the
really
baton.
regret not, I think, getting rid of that Riot Control Baton.
Yeah. And let's see if maybe if the stormtrooper's holding a riot baton, then Dominic
might roll it in.
He's got it, yeah. So here's Unkar rollout. Disrupt. Imperial inspection would not do anything.
No. Salvage stand. Like don't roll, okay now don't roll in the first other 200. Please no. Oh, gets another redeploy. Okay. Not
Did
many
he
of the
just
signs.
over? Oh, he got the gaffy stick out. Okay.
Okay. Can't resolve it. Oh, I mean,
Yep.
got 1 card left. I mean, what he wants to do is he wants to force him to kill him, so he gets to redeploy.
Yep.
So you definitely, I think you want to just re-roll these dice before you do anything else. John really doesn't want to kill him.
Just kill Unkar instead. I think.
Well, he doesn't have enough to kill Ankar. He could focus to kill Ankar? I don't think so.
All right. So now Imperial inspection triggers on the reroll. So there goes the gaffy stick die.
That's right, so he can Ankar him for...
And that was a play I knew John was probably going to consider because you have all these dice. That's probably why he rolled the dice that he did.
So in my case, if it was me, I would chuck the gaffy stick, because it's never going to stay on the table,
Yeah.
and re-roll the Riot Control Baton. Chuck the gaffy stick, re-roll the Riot Control Baton. Force him to kill him.
Yeah.
Because that's a roll, that's a Riot Control Baton roll. It's worth way more than this Trooper die. Like now you're going to discard to re-roll
Yeah.
your Trooper die. Oh, he's still not killing him, okay, but doesn't really help. It's a flank. Yeah. Discard to re-roll. I mean,
Everyone put together at the same time. They all put together.
oh, Trooper.
Dominic's dice have not been
Yeah, they've not
cooperating
been
with him in this
cooperating
game.
well.
Yeah. So now Tom has to decide who to move it to.
I mean,
Yeah, probably put on Unkar.
I would put it
think.
on Ankar.
Yeah.
Because
Because you're going to roll him out first anyway, right?
not only that, I think he's going to try to kill the Trooper, because that's some damage there at least,
Yeah.
right? So I think it's. But if he kills the trooper, fine. Then he just goes to Unkar eventually. So extra trooper's not a bad idea.
And it's just a question of like when you're gonna force the trigger the redeploy, right? If both characters are activated already, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, I would roll in the trooper right away first. Oh, and John's trooper's doing work. 2 more damage.
Yeah, things are not looking good for John. Or sorry, Dominic right now.
Looking terrible. And John's. I don't think he's. I think his stuff is still in the. I can't remember. I think one riot controls gone, but I think he still has over redeploy stuff to put on. I think so. Even if he manages to kill him, it's just going to all go to the trooper. Yeah, this one is looking very badly for Dominic. So
what do you think the lesson is here from watching this mirror? Like, what do you think?
I would
what do
say
you
play
think
your
John
salvage stand,
does?
play your Imperial Inspection.
Yeah, they're still relevant.
Still
right? Like, it
very
doesn't-
good. It's 0. Because you saw what they did for John, like Lucas is saying in the chat.
Yeah.
So play those when you have them, for sure.
Yeah.
There's 0 cost. You give up a re-roll, no big deal.
Yeah,
and
you-
roll in your trooper.
You slow the tempo of the stepping up
Absolutely.
of the upgrades on FN, right? So
Yeah.
I think if Dominic had played the Imperial Inspections even after,
Oh, and
he
salvage
threw it
stand
away.
too. Like
Yeah,
you could have
salvage
drained him a
stands as
lot
well.
of money. And rolling trooper. I think we missed 3 trooper rolls in, and I don't know if there was value in claiming.
So this might be the first time people are experiencing mirror matches of this deck. Like only now, especially with the European nationals having passed and this deck winning.
But that's just sticking to your game plan. Like it's really that should be your game plan anyway. When you play those 2 upgrades. So I mean, I can see why because there's so many 3 costs too. I think there's
Right.
not as useful, but
Oh, here's a Vibronuclear placement. See what he gets. Nothing.
and the only counter argument would be, well, keep 0s in your hand for Unkar, but okay.
and
So
then-
there's the redeploy. Yeah. So now he's got 5 resources worth of redeploy.
Okay, so that's probably killing off. You can't resolve it right yet.
Yeah, but he will.
But yeah, this is a discard.
Okay, so he can get a 0, he can get a flamethrower. I got the 0. Yeah.
Ooh.
Things just not going so well for his final Unkar was.
Yeah, and then
So now you can just overwrite the gaffy stick with the flamethrower.
yeah, exactly.
And then roll in a monster, like just an absolute monster.
Well, he needs to get the money first because once
Well,
he
he has
rolls
2.
in, once he rolls in the flamethrower, like assuming he gets like a high damage side, like the 4-for-1.
He still has Unkar.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think, he can just finish. He'll finish it off this round, pretty easy. I don't see him having trouble getting 5 days. I guess the argument to not play the flamethrower is a reroll might be necessary. So you could hold it for that. But Unkar has 2 focus as a focus side. Just so much. Oh, he's got a trooper still to roll into.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, this is okay.
So what? That's 3.
There you go. There's 5.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And I don't think there's any mitigation in this spot that would get rid of it. Except for that, but yeah, that's the work's kind of done. It's like it's
He trades 5 for 3,
trade
yeah.
5 for 3, yeah. Which means that 2 damage roll from the
Well,
first
focus.
order would just
Oh,
So
doesn't
here's
get it.
Imperial Inspection, does not a thing, but Salvage Stand does strip away $1 from Dominic. And another best defense.
He kills himself.
So,
Style
Full on his
points.
own sword.
Style points.
well, you got to show that sweet altar, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
what else are you going to do if you're not going to show it? So it looks like that's the conclusion of the semifinal. That's John going on to the finals with his Unkar FN
I'll go check on
Stormtrooper
Palp.
deck. Yep. And I think the other game is still going on. So that's the
I'll go check on
Pomaz. The Pomaz deck versus the Palpatine deck. So yeah, of the 5 or so Pomaz decks, we only see one ending up in the top cut. Actually, the player who ended up in first place after Swiss today was Franco, who you saw in stream last round. That was a player playing Palpatine. And if some of you've been on the stream earlier today, I think I recall saying that I didn't think that Palpatine, bringing an Elite Palpatine deck to a tournament, at least in Toronto these days, is a wise choice, just because so many people were prepared for it.
Now, I was surprised to see what I saw there. I thought the game would be over. So a Pomaz Palp game went longer than a double Unkar game.
Wow.
So we're looking at 7 on Maz, 7 on Pope, which is an interesting split, but obviously Palp dice resolving.
Yep.
Palp has 4. Pomaz are both loaded up with upgrades, which is interesting as well.
Yeah.
Sure, some of them are fast hands and stuff, but there's like big stuff. And Palp is sitting on Force Lightning, and Force Push, and Force Speed. So I'd say it's anyone's game at that point. I mean, really, I'd give it to the Palp player just because he can continue to just give out damage. But we'll see. That's interesting. That they're so deep into the game. Obviously, I would have guessed that a Rise Again went off somewhere along there, there.
All right, so that's going to be it. We're going to take a short break, and we will return with the final match, and we'll figure out who finished off, who won that game in the other semifinal. So we'll see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Hello, and welcome to the final match from today's Destiny Store Championship here at Face to Face Games. This is VTTV. I'm Travis.
I'm Shane.
And we also have a semifinalist joining us to heckle from the back. John Chan will be offering a little bit of his insight. So yeah, we have John Gobet from Starkiller Base and one of the admins on a couple of the Destiny Facebook groups. So this is his second Store Champ final table, I think. He won the last one with a Pomaz deck. And today he's up against Franco's Palpatine deck, which we saw in the quarterfinals. And we did see John on stream earlier today as well. So familiar with both these decks.
I mean, the John's deck is quite a bit different than the Unkar deck that, not only it's slightly different characters, but it's very different style than the Unkar deck that Palp faced in the first one. I mean, I do not believe there's Prize Possession or Crime Lord or any of those like sort of character destruction workaround type cards. It's just pure money for FN's ability to get in dice.
John's only loss today was the previous game. The one you saw on video. He's the only game he's lost today too. Rematch.
No, John Gobet?
Yeah.
Not the one he was on stream earlier today.
Yeah, that was his only loss so far today. Yeah.
Right. Yes, he was 4-1 in the
4-1. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no crime Tiago. There's no Crime Lord in this version of the Unkar deck. So it will not. That will not be how this one goes. It'll be trying to get damage out through FN.
Should roll in.
John chooses to use his battlefield, Mos Eisley Spaceport.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. Palp can make good use of it. He has 2 zero-cost upgrades, and, you know, he does like the money. Just keep playing on friends in low places. So, is he going to... I think the Feel Your Anger is probably the most valuable one there. Because Stormtrooper's going to
deflect also.
Thanks to deflect for damage.
Yeah, he got rid of the deflect last time he did this, so I was thinking he'd probably do the same.
Well, he only has, I mean, depending on the upgrades he has in his hand, he only has 1 range dice. Just wants to get a good look.
Yeah, but some of his other upgrades are probably going to be range.
Oh my god. Devastating roll. Oh, best defense.
Thank God.
So best defense, remove 2 dice showing damage and deal 3 damage to one of your characters.
Yeah, so he mitigated 10 damage for 3. Yep. 7 damage swing. That is a huge control card. Palp's got all the time in the world now. He can play some upgrades if he has them in his hand. Yeah. Solution makes sense.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of cheap stuff. I mean, Unkar can't really. I mean, he can fire it off, go 1 and 3 for some money.
Yeah, he will for sure. He knows what he has in his hand.
Yeah. I mean, he might wait for him to. I mean, you get him to damage, get him to play the Rejuvenate, but probably won't. Oh, he gets the Force Throw, by far the best one. That's going to fuel a lot of FN weapons flying into the pool.
That's an obscenely good turn for.
Yeah, because now he can drop what? He's got to drop the rocket launcher, fire it off, then do the baton. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lucas, he starts with a baton.
We mentioned this earlier. There is no, John doesn't play Crime Lord in his version of this deck.
Interesting.
No,
I would have
Crime
started
Lord,
with
no
rocket
Prize
launcher
Possession, I
myself
don't think.
and overwrote with
Maybe
the redeploy.
he can pay for both of them.
Maybe. That's true. Why'd you only 1, right?
Yeah, see? He's trying to pay for both of them. Oh, no. Maybe
it's
not.
a long way to go for the second one.
I don't know, man. Oh, no.
If he gets money, if he gets money, he can still put it on after. I could be saving it for next turn, going long game. I mean, he has definitely bought himself a turn with that best defense in this game.
10 damage.
10 damage.
10 damage save.
Insane. That's
roll.
Yeah, bunch of blanks.
Slightly better.
Yep. Can do 3 damage to him.
So deals the damage separately just to see if he wants to trigger that Force Solution.
We had to go through the shields.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, John says no.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna use. I mean, there's no point to use that Force Solution for quite a while.
Oh, he's got another one.
Only
best defense.
Another Friends in Low Places.
Another Friends in Low Places.
So they're angry this time.
Unkar's salivating. I think you pitch that to reroll if you don't hit Holocron.
Yeah.
Because you can't let him get another 4.
Oh, you gotta pitch it.
You gotta
he
pitch
has to
to
pitch it to
reroll.
reroll.
Yeah.
Best defense.
Best
he
defense.
has it. Yeah,
Reading
that's
this
right.
one,
It's
yeah.
the second one. Oh no.
It's not an alt-art though.
Oh, not an alt-art. Oh no. John loses another free round of damage.
Wow. Amazing start for
Well,
John.
free reign.
Yeah.
Hey, wanna play here?
That's pretty good.
That is really good. Because now you can go for that Force Lightning.
I would just disrupt them. It's Emperor.
No. Oh no.
No,
It's just
no,
the Force
no,
Lightning
terrible.
left.
Oh, just the Force Lightning. Well, if you did that.
Yeah. Discarding the Rejuvenate was not putting
No, that was not smart.
healing the 1 damage. Yeah.
No, I would have just pitched the
I would have
Force
pitched it to
Lightning to
reroll.
reroll.
Yeah.
Pitch to reroll the Holocron, yeah.
Oh no. He's armed.
It's gonna get really ugly.
Oh.
I'm not sure if
Play a second one.
Franco has played this deck today.
He can play 2 rocket launchers in the same
Yeah, I
turn.
know. He
Well,
will.
he did play a version of
He
this
can
deck.
play another rocket
No,
launcher.
he'll hold out?
Yeah.
Hold out first. And then he'll play the second rocket launcher again.
I mean, he's got to resolve possibly paid sides, so that's something. He might
Yeah.
not want to do that.
He can afford it though.
He can afford it, but you can't Unkar with the dice if you can't use
Oh,
them.
no, already.
Yep. Yeah,
Then
so
he won't then.
he won't. But, oh gee, darn it, he only has 8.
Oh,
past
darn it,
turns.
oh, no. Oh,
Nope.
he is.
But he's over.
Oh,
already.
just already in the blank. Oh, 3 more. Illusion that. Yeah. Did he get a rise again?
No, it's a Holocron and Force
no.
Lightning. So both Force Lightnings are out.
But no rise agains, that's what's important.
He rolls in just a massive pile of dice.
Oh, because he needs more money.
More money, sure, why not? But no blanks is the important thing. Like for a 2 blank dice, that rocket launcher did some work.
Well,
Yeah.
no more best defense. We're back to,
Yeah, he'll have to use all of his other mitigation
yeah,
cards.
we have to use all the other mitigation.
And Palp is.
Although he did discard one of his.
He doesn't like you.
He doesn't like,
He doesn't
you,
like you.
for a reroll
And
early.
Palp is
You should get an
sitting on.
electroshock and
Just 4 damage right
some
now.
other stuff.
I think Palp needs his rise again. Like,
Well, absolutely.
Don't you worry, he'll get a rise again. Man, Franco's with the 3s all day.
yeah,
He's got a flank. Flank it.
yeah. This what I find when I play Palp, trying to combat Pomaz, it's control all day. Yeah, it just gets so frustrating.
Money.
Money.
Oh,
Put
rise
you
again.
damage.
Oh, does he have rise again? Well, and if he does, he
I don't
can't
think-
stop it.
yeah.
So. Bounce
Yeah,
those.
just Unkar can do so much damage with 3 reroll cards.
He has it. I see a rise again.
Yeah.
For lightning.
Yep, for lightning.
Or illusion? I don't know.
No, I think you need the
Lightning.
damage. You just
Yeah,
need
lightning.
damage.
Alright, John, free reign.
Like all Palp has done is taken $1
I know.
dice and done 2 damage. It's insane.
That's the best case scenario for John.
Pretty much.
It doesn't get better than that.
And John's got 7 dice to roll in here still, and 3 cards for rerolls. I mean, this could be 15 damage. Could it? 3, 7, 9, 11.
Oh,
no,
look
it
at
can't be.
Unkar. Look at the Unkar roll. Oh, he just needs $1. I think like $5 more.
Yeah, 11 damage, right?
He can
Yeah,
flamethrower
it could be 11.
Unkar.
Yeah,
Well, first, we'll see. With all of this, it could be more.
yeah. Well, he's gonna have to pay. He's got a lot of pay sides, so.
Ooh.
But he's got the second
He's a-
riot control.
yeah.
It's just a great start for John. Like incredible.
He could just play
order
it.
of cards.
He could play it on a trooper.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not gonna bother. Oh, this is vicious.
Yeah.
Oh, why did he resolve it?
Because you can't insta-resolve if you reroll it.
Yeah.
No, but he could just wait it. He has plus
But
2
yeah.
showing.
Yeah. Palp has no money.
He could have just got $5. I guess he doesn't care.
He's got so much money. He's made.
Oh, he doesn't care now. Roll that sucker in.
Yeah.
Oh, I could.
He's got 1 card
Alright.
for reroll. He can reroll 2 dice.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
4, 5, 7,
Roll for more damage.
9.
Oh my god.
9.
10, 12 damage.
9.
9. Well, he has
Yeah,
money.
9. Sorry, 9. Yeah.
You got money to pay for it all, but
And 2 more from the rocket launcher, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's no rise
He's
again
gonna
coming.
do one at a time because Force illusion.
Yeah.
Well, he illusion to 3.
the illusion is right, yeah.
Yeah, he has no choice.
But he could lose. He could end up discarding his other rise again.
He's a long way off in money. There's not easy way to get 5 for him. before this game is over, right?
Oh, let's see. Let's see.
No rise again.
Oh, but he got deflect.
Deflect would have been nice.
Deflect is not bad. 2 more.
Yeah, deflect on Rocket Launcher.
Ooh, okay, halfway. John's halfway. Almost halfway.
Almost halfway.
Almost halfway.
Almost halfway, but he's got 7 dice.
I know.
7 dice to 2 or to 4.
FN's not gonna get any more gear.
Okay, the No Mercy.
Oh, he doesn't even need any of that anymore.
3. No, he still can't kill FN with the No Mercy.
He can't. Oh, is that 2? 2.
Yeah.
Okay, Holocron, something big.
Oh, he'll flank it. He'll flank the 2.
And he's got another control card in his hand.
Yeah. Reroll.
So looks like it might be a force throw.
Reroll.
I'm asking you, you're saying yes.
No?
No, he takes it before it's gone, right? But
Oh, it's free reign then.
yeah, you don't need Unkar alive. You have everything.
Who cares
you need.
about Unkar?
Yeah.
Oh, Imperial Inspection. I guess I want to bounce those holocrons.
He's not gonna have any cheap upgrades
Well,
on
you
him.
better use the Holocron.
Well, he has a
Right now.
force power, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, a throw.
He's got a throw, yeah.
Yeah, he has a throw. He
You want to use it right away.
use it right away. Yeah, right away.
Throw it in, yeah.
Wait.
Force speed.
Wait. Speed.
He
Oh,
doesn't-
he's not resolving it.
He must not have a throw.
He has a throw.
There's
I
a
saw
throw
it
in his hand.
Oh, he just put down a force speed instead.
Like, it just doesn't make sense with the Imperial Inspection, I don't think.
It makes no sense at all. Plus,
Yeah, because he's just gonna bounce the speed again.
well, Unkar can hit the force throw.
Yeah, I know.
Weird play.
I don't know,
Are
that's,
we sure that's a force throw?
He has a throw.
We're
I'm
absolutely
pretty sure I saw he had a throw.
Definitely a throw in his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right
Very,
there.
very strange. Okay. I mean,
I don't know.
put the Holocron down again, I guess. I mean, we got a lot all the time.
You might as well.
Oh, well, if he claims he can get $1.
What?
He's
Throwing it away? Okay, I'm confused.
Yeah, how are you gonna pay for big upgrades?
I'm blown away. And why keep the throw in your hand? He's Unkar.
Yeah, it's very strange. Well, now he just sits and waits for a blank. Really?
I don't know. I would throw it away because you're not gonna holocron it. Throw it away.
Put it down again.
Oh,
But he has resources.
he'll
right?
Unkar him
No, no,
for
he's
sure.
not.
Oh, he's not even Unkaring. Oh, I see. The
Well,
Chipper has money showing.
Would you Unkar if you saw someone
Yeah,
put
that's
down a
true.
4-speed with a Holocron?
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Well, isolation to get rid of that.
I
bonus
agree. It
damage.
was a good mind game. I guess it was a mind game to make him think he didn't have any force powers.
So isolated on. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, isolates only character dice, so yeah, I guess.
Free
it's like-
rolling, right?
Yeah.
What is it? One more
$1.
money.
Amazing.
He does not need money.
Like that's the full.
I don't even know why I bother playing the Vibroblade. I wouldn't even bother.
No.
I just play it on Unkar.
Sit down. Yeah, play it on a trooper.
Yeah.
Just getting extra rolls.
Wow. Wowzers. 6 damage.
No blanks. Oh, that's so cruel.
Yeah, there's no
Not a
blanks.
single
Kind of
blank.
Uh-oh.
I mean, those riot control, but do have blank sides.
Now, the thing is here, if he'd got that force throw out, you could have been throwing one
Yeah,
of those
you
3
could-
damages back at him.
Yeah.
It uses the special, does a single damage to Unkar.
Yeah. He's.
Gonna take another 3, 5,
He's gonna take it all. He's got
6.
nothing.
Yeah.
Well, 6 will be a separate
6.
action because it's a different damage type, but
So, 4 left.
Yep.
Next turn.
FN can do that pretty easily. Take it.
Yeah. Well, you might just re-roll it and be greedy.
Was he
Oh,
pick-
no.
So he claimed but didn't pick up the force speed for $1?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's just.
just
I mean,
had it.
like you can understand it. He's just feeling
think he's
pretty
given up.
despondent at that point.
Oh, yeah, might as well, right? FN's not gonna get any more gear.
Yeah. I mean, you see what happens to Palp when he gets just thoroughly controlled, like his dice.
And
Just,
he can't rise the game this time too. He wants enough money.
I mean, what is this? This is gonna be round 5, and he's got two Palp dice off. That's it.
Yep.
Both money. Like that's
Well,
so
I don't
much
know.
damage.
2-3 damages could change the game, but not today.
I don't see it because there's 2 riot controlled plutons that would move over.
Yeah.
Like, that's just so much damage. 2 shields is nice. Like.
Remove one, John. He's got. What does he have there?
he's got a 1/4 portion, got a holdout blaster.
Oh, he'll save the
vibro
1/4
knife.
portion. Oh, he's just all up Unkar. Unkar with knives. Oh,
Right.
lordy.
Makes him, I'm sure it makes him pretty sad about the
Lordy.
shields. hits the Imperial inspection.
Salvage
Imperial
and
inspection.
Imperial stand, so takes a resource, gets rid of the 4-speed.
You got to take the shields, right?
Oh, he has to. Well, no, he doesn't. It's Viral Blades. You
Yeah, but-
that.
It's a reroll. He's gonna do
Oh,
that
that's
first.
right. Oh, Viral Blade is crazy with the Rackage photons. Like,
Well, hopefully it's a 4 damage. What is it?
Hopefully
Nope.
it's another.
Oh, no good.
if he could get the damage and kill Unkar and get rid of the Viral Blades, would be helpful. But this
he
is
has
such
to
a bad
reroll
spot.
now. Oh, come on. 3 damage is pretty easy.
Oh yeah, got it.
Oh, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, he takes 2 shields.
Shields.
It's not worth it because
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
the Vibro Knife is going to go through.
Exactly.
melee.
And he has 2 batons. He only has melee. Baton and a flamethrower.
Where did
It's
he
all
take
melee.
the, Oh, he didn't take any damage.
There's one range.
Oh,
Where
shit.
did he take the
He
damage?
took the damage, the shield, and 1 damage on FN.
Okay.
Reroll.
Now the Force Throw goes.
Cocked out.
Exactly what you don't want to see.
Just worse and worse.
Time for rolling in for oh my goodness. Arm everybody, why not?
This might be the most dice I've ever seen.
It is.
Serious, most dice I've ever seen on the board.
10 dice. Oh lordy.
It gets a blank.
He gets a blank though.
You gotta
What's
do
he
it to
doing?
FN.
Roll it in. FN, yeah.
Not FN, sorry. You gotta do the Unkar. You can't kill anyone else.
Can't kill anybody. Well, he can kill somebody now.
Yeah.
Well, he has, he's not mitigating it?
You probably can't.
He does. He has,
Well, he's gotta get rid of the.
What does he have?
I thought he had 1 mitigation card. No, what is that?
Well, I think you gotta kill Unkar and get rid of the. Oh, Vibro Knights are all gone from the pool. Okay.
Oh, so he doesn't care. Oh, he's just
Giving up.
Well, he's got enough damage showing to
He
kill.
can't
him.
mitigate that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was rough. That was unfortunate for
I
Franco.
don't know, man. That misplay there.
There were
that was pretty
misplays.
big.
There were misplays, but
no,
it
was
wouldn't
the,
have mattered.
The name of the game was the control. Like,
Yeah.
Pelp. Like, he controlled away 6 Pelp incidental damage easy.
Yeah.
Like, 10.
2 best
Imagine
defense.
if those 2 3s would have went off.
Yep.
That would have been the game the other way, right?
Best defense is the winner today.
Yeah.
All right, thank you everyone for coming
Can you
out.
imagine dropping Unkar turn 1?
I know.
Thank you everyone for coming out and watching today. We appreciate you joining the stream. We'll be posting the matches from this event and from previous events. John, who has already won a store championship, is nice enough to let Franco have the bye. He doesn't necessarily have to do that, but he's going to give him the bye instead of keeping a second one himself to potentially go to more than one regional. But yeah, so we're going to have a lot of these matches going up over the next couple of weeks for Destiny. We also have a few store championships for some other Star Wars games coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have Armada tomorrow starting at, I don't know if it's starting at 11 or noon, but I think it's starting at noon. And then the week after we'll be starting at noon again with Imperial Assault. And then back to kind of regularly scheduled X-Wing and Destiny events the following month. So head over, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check out some of the videos there. Go subscribe to Starkiller Base, which is John's channel. Check that out. So I think that's it. Thank you, Sean, for joining us today.
Shane?
Shane, oh my God.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
That's all right.
Wow, sorry, Shane.
I don't think it's been a decade yet we've known each other, so maybe still
No,
the
I
cutoff.
think it has been.
No, well, thanks, Jarvis, for having me on. I had a lot of fun commentating these games.